Pizza Rizzo will reopen at Hollywood Studios. In other news, so will our bowels. I really butchered that. Batting 1,000 tonight. Captain Minnie Mouse is coming to the Disney Cruise Line, and next week I'll be replaced by a woman also. The adventure.
No one can hope.
It'll be Michelle. She have to show up though. The adventure. So good. The Adventurers Club is still closed, but they're reuniting for our beach party. Kungaloosh! You've seen WDW News Today. Now it's time for WDW News Tonight.
Live from WDWNT Studio in Orlando, Florida. It's WDW News Tonight with Tom Corliss and Nicholas Cicero, who doesn't know how to give me a cue. I'm tonight's Michelle Wargo, and now here's your host, Tom Corliss.
Give the cue until it's time.
Well, you know what? We move forward.
Count to 40. Start the show. Can we talk about something that happens? First of all, I'm Tom Corliss, you're not. But can we talk about something that happens before we go on the air every week, very briefly? So Jason goes live, but there has to be like a count to make sure we connect to YouTube and Facebook and all the places that this show is. There is this countdown, and every week it gets longer.
Every week.
So the first week, Jason. All right, the first we're doing great.
Things are going well.
Nick, show up earlier. Also, the teleprompter's freaking out, by the way. Okay. But anyway, the first week he's like, count to 15, and I was like, all right. Next week, count to 20. This week, count to 35. Just arbitrary numbers now. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to WDW News Tonight. I'm Tom Corliss. You're not. Nicholas Cicero.
Hi.
What are you? Why do you keep doing
I didn't know
that?
I was still playing.
I can't stop the teleprompter.
He can't stop.
Cameron the boy is here.
Hello.
And Nathan Hartman filling in for Michelle Wargo.
Evening,
What's
everybody.
up?
Hi.
Trying to stop this teleprompter.
Nathan, did they pay for that product placement?
Which product placement? Oh, this
The
one?
Dr. Pepper. Yeah.
No, but they did pay for this one, which is King's Cigarettes. 'Cause we are taking care of, we're almost done here smoking Disney. So tonight we're lighting up with some good old Kings.
I've got to make use of it while you still.
Mmm. It's good.
Oh.
Tastes like chalk.
Welcome, Nathan.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Wow. I was going to do the Stage 89 stuff first, but the teleprompter keeps moving. So why don't we just do the news, and then we'll talk about Stage 89. How about that?
Sure.
And now the news! Brought to you by the Lost Bros. Easter is coming up this weekend. Cast member Easter egg displays have been popping up all over Walt Disney World. Walt Disney Imagineering is said to have planned the best one, but they were only given passive ventilation on it, and the chocolate eggs melted.
I don't understand that.
I knew the first version of that joke. I liked it better.
What was the first version of that joke?
I think it was something to do with
Budget
them
cut?
not getting budgets for their eggs.
I thought the passive ventilation was what all the kids were talking about.
I think it worked well. I think we liked it in the room.
Sure. To celebrate Hollywood Studios' 30th anniversary, Disney is going all out, sure, with special dessert items. Yeah, no one's doing a better job. Kylo Ren cupcakes, Incredibles macarons, and the Pardon Our Pixie Dust dirt pudding.
Hotcha.
Among the actual snacks, though, there are lightsaber churros. There's playful Luxo ball treat, and as well Incredibles again. Incredibles macarons. Notice that I did not say incredible macarons because it's Disney counter service. Anyway, Disney will pay homage to the Sorcerer's Hat, a former park icon, with a special dessert: lemon sponge cake with vanilla Swiss buttercream, lemon curd, and white chocolate glaze. That's right, the park icon no one liked got a dessert. They're not the Great Movie Ride, the Magic of Disney Animation, Osborne Lights, the Backlot Tour. None of those. You know, I would have even settled for a Legend of Captain Jack Sparrow parfait at this point. Come on, man. There's also a lot of Verine desserts. There's a key lime pie, a lemon blueberry cheesecake, a raspberry mousse, a tres leches, and a seis atracciones. I got that.
The boy enjoyed it.
I think it's a good thing you took those Spanish classes.
Yeah. My finals
Kids,
next
go
week.
to school. You have a Spanish final?
No.
Oh. Anyway. Special alcoholic drinks include the Galaxy Margarita, the Celebration Fizz, and a banana split cocktail made with vanilla vodka, creme de... What is that? Cacao? How do you pronounce that?
Cacao.
Is it
Cacao.
cacao? It is? Okay.
Cacao.
Creme de banana, strawberry monine, pineapple juice, and Tom Corliss's tears as he drinks it in the Chinese theater courtyard. Sounds good. As part of the special 30th anniversary, there will be merchandise including a t-shirt, magic band, and much more. Annual pass holders can also shop for some items exclusively created for them, such as a reason to currently go to Hollywood Studios.
Wow. I like
Pass
that
hold-
one.
Yeah, you wrote that.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
why. Oh, it's too bad Matt Soberman isn't here to defend the one joke of his that made it.
We love you, Matt.
We like that. God
Don't worry, folks. The Matt Soberman joke of the week coming up soon. The pass holder Magic Man features Mickey Mouse and 2 film strips under the Big 30. One of those film strips says years, and the other says asterisk kind of. What in the park turned 30? We don't know. It's not the name. It's not the attractions. Maybe there's like a custodial guy. I don't know. Something. Something will mark 30 years. Pizza Rizzo will reopen on May 4th at Disney's Hollywood Studios, so may the Pepto be with you.
Oh, boy.
We commented in our post that we thought the pizza from Pizza Rizzo was very bad, and some readers actually complained. That's right, this is real. They then went back to eating the cardboard box they had microwaved for lunch.
Ooh.
You just throw a little orange on it, orange seasoning. It's great. Concept art has been released to show us what the new bar and lounge at the Grand Floridian will look like. It's inspired by the live-action Beauty and the Beast film, so one could guess that much like the movie, we'll all like the cartoon version better. Cartoon bar.
Go for it, people.
With tickets for Disney Villains After Hours going on sale April 29th, Disney has released more information about this wicked fun special event offered on select nights from June 6th to August 8th. It's weird, I figured Villains were already behind Disney After Hours to begin with. A dark, quote-unquote, a dark magic is taking over the Magic Kingdom Park. Bob Chapek? What? and inviting you to run amok in the villain's scary world, where the great movie ride and the universe energy were closed and replaced with screen rides. The party DJ gets things lit. This is the actual press release, by the way.
Lit.
Gets things lit, energizing the castle stage with sick beats.
Wow.
And
no.
transforming the
Sick.
entire central plaza, we don't call it the hub anymore, apparently, the park into a killer club scene.
Yeah.
As the party heats up, the DJ introduces your caretaker for the evening, the Lord of the Dead Hades, who arrives in a burst of blue flames for the all-new villains Unite the Night. With Meg by his side, Hades sits atop his dark throne awaiting the alignment of 5 planets, following a prophecy that states when the 5 come together, he will be able to rule the universe. But that dastardly plan will not go quite as expected when a budget cut from Villains Unleashed assembles on the stage. Jafar, the Queen, Dr. Facilier, Maleficent, all we could afford arrive with the henchmen in tow, prepared to showcase their power with spine-tickling displays of skill. That's not...
Skill.
Yeah. It seems these villains have also heard the prophecy and believe they are the ones who will rule all. Villains Unite the Night is set to be over 20 minutes long, will run 3 times a night, so everyone will have a chance to see it. Who doesn't want to stand outside in a crowded mob in June, July, and August for over 20 minutes? Certainly very pleasant in Orlando. A DJ will keep the party going all night long. Oh, good, because I'll be having some sick beats from all the specialty food, I'm sure.
Sick.
Get it? Because the food is bad. The Festival of Fantasy Maleficent Dragon will be let loose at night for the first time, because the last time she was let loose, it was during the day. She'll be breathing fire as she creeps through the park with her minions to join the party in Central Plaza. Look out, kids. Beyond the castle, kids will learn about fire safety. Beyond the castle forecourt, ominous lighting and music abound. In Tomorrowland, the villains invade Space Mountain, taking daring voyagers on a villainous trip they won't soon forget, with new music and the vilest villains taunting you as you whiz by. And over in Adventureland, a live crew of scurvy scallywags invade Pirates of the Caribbean. This is great because these overlays worked so well the last time. Yep. We need multiple Gunpowder Pete's. Just 5 Gunpowder Pete's on a bridge yelling at you. As a reminder, this event does not include character greetings with the villains because Villains Unleashed.
Ah.
Oh.
Tickets for Disney Villains After Hours go on sale April 29th and are $139 plus tax in advance, or $144 plus tax on the event night. By the way, that's $14 more than a non-villainous Disney After Hours ticket in advance. Annual pass holders and Disney Vacation Club members can take advantage of a $30 discount, though. Get tickets for $109. Isn't that nice?
Sounds lit.
That's pretty good for with entertainment, yeah.
I mean, for
what
that
can
many
go
6
wrong?
beats. For
A
that-
villains event at Walt Disney
Yeah.
World? What can go wrong?
What could go wrong?
Lit.
Please stop. By the way, the cup of the week, Disney's Easter from Disney Sea. It has the Usapio on it. These are Usapio. Bunny chicks.
I got one.
Yep, you do have a bunny chick over there. You have the tiny one. You have the plush badge. There's also a bag. You just threw the bag on the table.
Can you? Oh yeah. There we go.
Is this part of their new Island of Dr. Moreau stuff at Disneyland?
The
Disney
what?
Sea? It was like,
Oh my god. Oh.
Back to you, Tom.
Nick, you can put your glasses in there so you don't lose them. You're already doing it. There you go. Close it up. Oh, there.
You're safe.
Work has come. You'd probably be better at the soundboard now. Can't be worse. Work has commenced on an overhaul of the transportation and ticket center that will require guests to walk further to the monorail. Wait, I'm sorry. That will require guests to walk farther to a cast member who will tell them the monorail is broken. What were you
I
saying?
can't see the screen.
You can't see the screen? Okay.
You're allowed to take your glasses out of the back now.
Yes, you can.
Like,
the joke's over.
And a magic trick, they're gone. They're in the wave pool. The work will add a shade structure to the tram pickup and drop-off areas that foreign guests will still walk through and into the tram lane.
That's true.
Yep. They like to walk into tram lanes. I apologize for the monologue this week. It's not great. Kind of planning a large event.
more on that later.
Tokyo Disneyland will have a summer-long celebration of Toy Story 4, including the scavenger hunt Find Forky. Meanwhile, Walt Disney World will be getting on the fun with the Find a Single-Use Plastic Product event. Can anyone find a fork? Who knows? Oh, I thought that was better. I don't think anyone appreciated that joke.
Nope.
That's my
Wow.
Nick. If that's...
That is me.
Thank you.
That's when I get a joke.
I'm a regular
It
Rich
is.
Little.
In like 5 minutes, Nick's going to do that when he gets the plastic product joke. Nick, so straws are a single-use plastic product.
Agreed.
See, and they don't have those anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, but what are those big Christmas ornaments they're putting in Galaxy's Edge? I mean, that's basically a single
Oh, that's a
use.
thermal detonator.
That's true. What's different?
Yeah.
It is different.
At Star Wars Celebration Chicago, we got to look at the merchandise that we'll find at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge when it opens, including a Resistance MRE. And this comes complete with, and that's a meal ready to eat, by the way, complete with lemon candies, cheddar crackers, peanut butter pretzels, and more. Yeah, that's not a joke. That's a real thing they're selling. A box with pretzels. That's the best we could do. No?
Ready to.
All right. Yep.
I mean, that just made me sad more than it made me...
That's the 6-hour line survival kit.
Kind of
Is what it is.
cigarette.
Yeah, you can have a cigarette.
Do those come in the survival kit?
Well, I tell you what, after hot jokes like that, we all need a cigarette. I'll
Give
take
me
one.
one of those.
I tell
This
you
will make
what.
me cooler. My delivery will be better.
We'll give you.
If I may.
We'll give. Cameron, do you even know who Joe Camel is?
I'm not even old enough to have one.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, see?
everybody.
He was Walt Disney's greatest creation, Joe Camel.
Starting May 1st, we can't do this in a Disney theme park.
Yeah.
Yeah, so another item is the Kowakian monkey lizard puppet that will sit on your shoulder like a banshee. Oh, good. I need more plastic things that I'll wear once and then store in the closet.
All my banshees are in the closet.
Pandora's not a very progressive planet. What can I say? I say this.
I think that's racist.
What?
I think that might be racist.
Is it? I don't know.
Sounds
I
like-
say this as if I don't own 4 banshees and won't buy this, of course. See, this worked. This is working.
I told you, you're cool now.
I guess we'll also find misting fans themed to moisture evaporators on Tatooine. Disney insists on opening lands in the summer, and now they'll make you look even dumber for having shown up with a $40 themed misting fan. Yeah, in fact, when you squeeze it, it says sucker really loudly. These are terrible.
Yeah, they are.
Right?
Mm.
They're the
Not made in
worst.
Tokyo, that's for sure.
We also learned that Coca-Cola Company will be providing specially themed bottles of Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Sprite, and Dasani for sale in Galaxy's Edge. Meanwhile, at Shanghai Disneyland, guests are peeing into their empty Pepsi bottles. Probably tastes better anyway. You ever had Pepsi? It's gross. The place, everyone who drinks Pepsi just tuned out. And everyone in Shanghai. I'm joking. They don't have internet. The Play... it's not legal. The Play Disney Parks app will interact with the land where guests will be able to hack, scan, translate, and tune. Or basically what Disney thinks my phone does in a theme park. He must be doing something.
How does he know everything?
He just knows. We pay everybody enough to be quiet. There will also be a game. I think I cracked that too. There also be.
I don't want this anymore.
You've learned your lesson.
The
Next
show
week.
or the cigarette? Because I'm with you on both.
Keep smoking it, kid.
Cameron,
It's
we're
like
gonna make
Pinocchio. He's turning
You'll
green.
learn to like it.
You wanted this, kid.
you either will like it, you're never gonna try one again. We're gonna make sure of either or. So it works out.
There will also be a game called Outpost Control, where the First Order and the Resistance will be battling over control panels in the area. Whoever controls the most control panels will be asked to vacate them after an hour. Yes, Outpost Control is also what Disney lacks based on the operating calendar at Golden Oak at the Magic Kingdom.
I kind of like that. That was good.
Golden Oak Outpost.
I
folks.
love the Golden Oak.
Nice pizza.
It's so underused.
Oh, it's so bad.
What do you mean so? Oh, this.
Golden Oak Outpost?
Yeah.
No,
No, I like the
Golden Oak
milkshakes at
Outpost
Golden
is
Oak when they're
amazing.
open.
Good stuff.
It was... oh,
Cauliflower.
no, it tastes like sugar.
Yeah,
Just have the
that is what it
fries.
is.
It was also confirmed that Frank Oz will voice Yoda in some capacity in the land. We don't know what Yoda will be doing, but certainly aren't expecting them to stoop to any cheap 3D tricks. No, they'll be expensive 3D tricks.
That's your Soberman joke of
That's
the week.
the Matt Soberman to Matt Soberman.
Hey, we love you, Matt.
We hope
I
you're
like that
watching.
joke. That's funny.
Ah. There will...
Are all his jokes Muppet related?
Well, yeah, I think so,
I think they
actually.
might be.
I think they are. I cut like 5 Muppet jokes a week. And before anyone gets sad, they're not good.
Someone's got to. Hey, someone's got to stand up for the Muppets. It's certainly not going to be
True.
Disney.
But one Muppet joke typically gets in a week.
We love you, Matt.
We do.
There will reportedly be a 1-hour time limit on guests at Oga's Cantina, and the bout will be set for one fall to a finish. It's a wrestling joke. Someone will get it.
Yeah.
No. It's like a Davis Love the Third joke. Somebody got it. Well, just wait. The chat's going to erupt in a
Alright, so
second.
it's-
I smell what the Rock is cooking.
Yeah, there you go. The bar will reportedly hold 150 guests, not 30, as MiceChat.com's David Koenig reported. MiceChat then tried to correct us for reporting a rumor that their own person reported. However, I was corrected, as I thought MiceChat had closed down several years ago. I stand corrected. It's been...
Fire off the bow.
Oh, people like that Disney food blog joke last week. It's been confirmed that a bar and lounge inspired by... We have another set of jokes for this. Oh, boy. It's been confirmed that a bar and lounge inspired by the 2017 remake of Beauty and the Beast is coming to the Grand Floridian. This is the same joke. Why is it in here
No,
twice?
it's a different joke. It looks
Different
different.
joke. It's a totally different joke.
It's different. I don't think it's any
It's
better.
still bad. All right,
it's a
let's let
different-
people
No,
be
it's
the judge of
different.
this.
Go for
All
it.
right.
All right, it's been
Put in the
confirmed-
chat which joke you liked better, the first or the second.
It's been confirmed that a bar and lounge inspired by the 2017 remake of Beauty and the Beast is coming to the Grand Floridian. That's right, now adult Disney fans will have a place to sit, drink, and complain that Disney's live-action remakes are just cash grabs.
Yeah.
I'm joke number 1.
Yeah, I think I'm
I'm
joke
with
number
the
one.
I like joke number 2.
Yeah. Joke number 2 had a old man on his porch vibe to it that I couldn't go for.
I guess that's my vibe.
Sure.
Cigarette? You have a
It's
cigarette now.
definitely your vibe.
I do.
Yeah, you got a cigarette. You're
Yeah.
good. Oh.
Back in my day.
Like James Cagney.
So before we went on the air tonight, Nathan made a joke that was World of Motion related, and then I tried to joke and say that Cameron wasn't even born yet when that closed, and then we realized he really wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What year did it close?
1996.
Oh yeah.
You weren't even a thought yet.
It's all good.
Not that you're a thought now, but we got.
That's all the time we got tonight.
That's a job. We got a new look at the vehicles of blah, 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 blah. We got a new look at the gondolas for the Disney Skyliner, thanks to the Orlando Sentinel this week. We now know that the tiny mesh holes or passive ventilation will allow the breeze to pass through, as well as clear the smell of vomit from people leaving Epcot who drank around the world.
Who are you calling a mesh hole?
Wow. This is the worst monologue. The Skyliner will move at a top speed of 11 miles an hour. This may not seem fast, but it's still 11 miles an hour faster than the monorail. Yeah. At least until the gondolas start dropping doors and get stuck. Until then, it's still faster.
Give it a week.
A lot of guests are scared of getting stuck in a gondola over the water. Yeah, in Disney's defense, Bob Chapek thought gondolas also go on the water. No one told him they were two different things.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that one.
Bob Iger then patted him on the head and gave him a nice pickle. Thanks, boss. Guests were also...
He loves pickles.
Oh, you saved enough money to get a shiny new pickle. Guests were
So many pickles.
Guests were also upset that the two interior benches face each other, so they may have to look at strangers. You know, I never thought there might be other people at Disney World. In fairness, this will make it hard to see the heavily advertised scenic views from the gondola. Also making it hard, the sweat in your eyes. Because it's hot in the gondola. Disney is claiming they can fit 10 guests in each gondola.
My.
You can't get 4 Americans in a row at Pirates of the Caribbean. You think you're getting 10 people in this thing? Not as long as there's a deluxe dining plan. You're not even going to get the cooler full of sodas they stole from Disney After Hours in there. Anyway.
All that loose ice, too.
Two elderly guests fell getting off and on rides at the Magic Kingdom recently. Yeah, that ride was a doorless monorail. Yeah,
Happens.
the report, however, did not mention all the guests who fell in restrooms that hadn't been cleaned in hours. There's a lot of pee on the floor.
Shanghai?
No, here.
It's the Shanghai experience.
People keep telling me every time I post a maintenance report, can you do a bathroom report? I'm like, I'm not going in and taking pictures to bathrooms.
Yeah, that's Nick's job.
Like, I understand sometimes you go in and there's just toilet paper. Oh my God.
No, that's my job.
There's like toilet paper everywhere. It's real bad. Anyway. We can now see the memory orb wall at the Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind in California Adventure. The wall is actually full of sculpted orbs and not just a big decal, despite being on Pixar Pier. This marks the first time anyone at WDI has shown the orbs when fighting for an attraction budget with Bob Chapek. It is surprising that Bob Chapek approved an Inside Out ride at all, though, given that he doesn't know what emotions are. Because he is, in fact, a robot.
Greed's not an emotion.
No, it's just his programming.
Oh. Zeros and ones.
Yeah. That's going to be him at the end of this job. He's going to be...
1 0 1.
No. After all, it was my first job, but I'm still getting used to my programming. Sorry, I blew up a park, everybody. IPs!
We're going to have to explore this more. I think this is good.
Oh my God. Close the great movie ride. I've always wanted to do this. I can keep going with these all night, probably. Anyway.
You destroyed Nick. You totally
Nick
destroyed
needs
Nick.
a second.
That's right. Oh boy.
Bob Chapek, what are you doing here? Ease off on your budget cuts. Disney. Oh. Disney has.
Wow.
Can I continue it somehow?
I'm sorry, we're finally laughing for the first time all night, and now you want to shut us up.
Light speed to decals. Disney has announced a new offering coming to California Adventure, the Oogie Boogie Bash, a Disney Halloween party. Note that Mickey's Halloween party will no longer be offered at Disneyland Park because George Lucas doesn't believe in the holiday or Coke products.
That sounds plausible.
Harry Potter. It's a Harry Potter joke. This separate ticket party treats guests to multiple new experiences that are fun for the entire family, from the new World of Color Spectacular Villainous to an interactive Descendants-inspired dance party. The Oogie Boogie Bash will add the fun of Halloween time at the Disneyland Resort, celebrated from September 6th through October 31st. Highlights of the new separate ticket event include World of Color Villainous, which Bobcat Goldthwait spoiled last year. The show takes a young girl named Shelley Marie on a journey where Disney tries their hardest to rip off Tokyo Disneyland and sell Americans plush bears and costumes for them.
I think your Paul Rubens and your Bobcat Goldthwait are going to be the same impression, if I'm guessing.
Oh, probably. I can't really do Bobcat. Comments. I can't. I don't know.
That's a little Ray Romano thrown in there for you.
Deborah.
Oh, Deborah. Oh, my brother's tall. Oh.
Oh, man.
My father-in-law was Frankenstein's monster. Oh.
It's true.
Redwood Creek Challenge Trail will be transformed into a wondrous and ethereal world of Disney villains unlike anything seen before. Redwood Creek will be tricked out in a dreamlike environment. This new experience unfolds in a series of scenes, each creating a hauntingly beautiful dream space of color, sound, light, and shadows as stories emerge from the darkest night to create an enchanting world. This is a really fancy way of saying red nighttime lighting. Immersive treat trails. You can enjoy trick-or-treating at the new wonderfully wicked treat trails throughout the park. Iconic characters such as the Mad Hatter from Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, or even Oogie Boogie himself will surprise and delight. You know, at least Johnny Depp is still finding some work. It's always good. Boy. The Descendants, a new pulsing party at the backlot area, is inspired by the popular Descendants franchise from the Disney Channel. As Descendants begins, a spell is cast summoning the greatest dance crew from the Isle of the Lost, which I think is Tom Sawyer Island. There's always people lost on it, right? To throw down and lead everyone in moves that are set to the biggest hit songs from Descendants. How exciting. There's also the Frightfully Fun Parade. The guest favorite parade is coming to California Adventure for the first time, minus any floats that were built too tall. It's a trolley line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Happened to paint the night. Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow starts the procession, followed by Mickey and Minnie Mouse, who lead the cavalcade of characters as many mischievous Disney villains who are ready to stir up some trouble along the parade route. And finally, Mickey's Trick and Treat Show is perfect for young guests. This new interactive production invites kids of all ages and Nick to join Mickey Mouse and his pals as they throw a one-of-a-kind Halloween party. Enjoy dancing, not-so-frightening scary tales, an open door to a van, and candy at the Disney Theater in Hollywoodland.
Put your glasses in the bag, Nick.
I like my van candy.
Tickets. Tickets are on sale soon. If you're looking for a quacking good time, head to... Quacking! If you're looking for a quacking good time, head to Tokyo Disneyland this summer for the return of Donald's Hot Jungle Summer. Sounds like a porno. Yeah. Meanwhile, at Tokyo Disney Sea, it's Pirate Summer Battle Get Wet. You know, can they come up with anything that's not suggestive? Regardless, it's going to be a moist summer in Japan. All right. That's all the time we have. I think I broke the teleprompter. Is that the last one?
That's the last one.
Oh, that was it anyway. All right.
Yeah.
Nathan, please tell us who brought us the world's worst monologue.
Well, Tom, those who brought us the worst monologue is the Lost Bros. They make apparel, posters, and home goods for theme park fans of all ages. You can shop their whole site by going to WDWNT.com and clicking their ad. Shop designs like their classic waffle and bacon crossbones, the Drink Around the World Tour collection, their princesses jerseys, and park favorites like their Dole Whip pocket tees, the Tomorrowland Drive-In Theater, and the Birds Who Sing Words tour poster. Make the most of tonight's commercial breaks and shop through their extensive collection. The Lost Bros, an official partner of WDW News Tonight, as well as King's Cigarette Candy.
If you want candy, be a king. Anyway.
Gotcha.
Candy?
Candy. Oh.
Oh, Deborah. Oh, God. Let's talk about Stage 89.
Yeah.
No, just get your hand.
okay.
Don't touch that dial.
Remove your hand from the soundboard.
This Usapio will slap your hand. Here it comes. Stop
It's a puppet?
Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. It is a puppet if you have tiny Japanese person hands. There we go.
So Tom's hand makes
Fantastic.
up 2 or 3 Japanese persons.
I can do this much. I can't do both arms at once.
Why doesn't mine do that?
It's a personal question. That one's not a puppet.
No.
Nope, sure not.
Not a
Stick
puppet.
my hands up
Don't
everywhere.
touch that dial. Okay. Let's talk about Stage 89. We only have a couple days left, so this is pretty much the last time we really get to talk to you guys about this, where you could still join us probably. We have had some exciting developments. I know last week on the show we announced a lot of things. First of all, we have the final schedule finally. Cameron, you have the schedule for everybody?
Yes, I do.
And by the way, you're going to get a first look at our commemorative schedule that we're giving everybody who comes to the event. We don't have the cover, do we?
We sure do.
We show people the cover. There's the cover. There you go. Isn't that great? It's a replica, replicates in some ways the original park map for the Disney MGM studios. Anyway, let's go to the schedule real quick. So we have the final schedule out now for the event. Everything's on there finally. We have, Jason, we have a handful of tickets left for Avengers. Is that right?
Yeah, there's like less than 10.
Less than 10. So we have almost filled an entire theater at the AMC
How big's that
Disney
theater?
Springs. 150?
Well, hot dog.
Jason, do we have the
110
number?
people.
110. We rented the smallest theater just in case, but 110 people. So 110 people. We only have 10 tickets left, so already 100 sold. 10 tickets left for our private screening of Avengers Endgame on Friday, the 26th at 10 p.m. So make sure you join us for that. First of all, I want to set in case someone happens to be, I know we've been plugging Stage 89 every week, but in case anybody is tuning in for the first time, Stage 89 is an event we've put together along with WDW Celebrations to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Disney's Hollywood Studios, but also the 30th anniversary of a number of things that opened in 1989. So Typhoon Lagoon, Pleasure Island, Delta Dream Flight, all of these things are being celebrated in a multi-day event at Walt Disney World, April 26th through May 1st. To register for the event, it's a $20 fee to register. That pays for your credentials. That pays for the to cover some of the prizes. The prizes end up costing a lot more than that, but it covers some of the cost of the prizes for the games, the creation of materials for the games, all sorts of fun stuff for the event. And some of that also goes to Give Kids the World, which is a wonderful charity here in Orlando, which you should check out at givekidstheworld.org. And so if you register for the event, you get to come to all these great things. Most of which is included with the price, and then we do have a couple of add-on things as well. You can bring back up the schedule. We'll go through the schedule real quick. As well, for those of you who are WIGS members, I know a number of you tune in every week, members of our Patreon program. There is a WIGS exclusive breakfast at BOMA on the 27th. And then also the big thing on the 27th, we posted about this week. It ended up being one of the most read posts of the entire week. People are real excited about our WDWNT Dream Flight game, which is on Saturday, which is a multi-hour game spanning both the Magic Kingdom and Epcot, where we printed these custom passport books, where you're going to go around and collect. We even had custom stamps made. You're going to go around and collect these stamps, and the team that gets the most stamps is going to win a really fantastic prize package. The prizes, if you talk to anyone who's ever been to any of our events, we go above and beyond for these prize packages. We make it worth your while should you come in first, second, or third place in these games. But this is going to be a particularly fun one. It's something we've never done before, and you get to keep this cool passport book no matter what. Also that evening, we're meeting for Illuminations Reflections of Earth, since it would probably be the last time some of our attendees get to see that ever. So we're meeting to see that. On Sunday, we have a very, very, very special event on the Sunday I want to talk about a bit. Sunday is the Hollywood That Was, Stories from the Making of the Studios. This is a 6-hour private event at the Yacht and Beach Club Convention Center. It's basically our version. It's a mini, I'd say like a mini Destination D or a D23 Expo without the lines and the chaos. But focused on the Disney MGM studios. So again, it's a private lunch, exhibition, and presentation event on Sunday, April 28th, where you can enjoy stories from the creation of the favorite attractions and shows of the Disney MGM studios in Pleasure Island from those who created the magic. I'm going to highlight real quick the 3 presentations we have that day. Our good friend, former Imagineer Brian Collins, is hosting Backstage Pass. For those of you unaware, Brian was involved in doing scripting for the Great Movie Ride, the Studio Backlot Tour, Jungle Cruise, some stuff in World Showcase. Brian also, at the time of the opening of the studios, had a really interesting job where he worked a number of media events and galas. So he actually worked, I believe he worked the media event for Delta Dreamflight, and he attended the opening of the studios and as well the Dick Tracy premiere at the MGM studios. So he's going to be sharing pictures and stories from those as well as his time at Walt Disney Imagineering. That should be a lot of fun. Some people we've never had at events before who we're lucky enough to have this time for the Special Effects Workshop. We have former Imagineers Jack Gillette and James Mulder. Jack Gillette is a 26-year Imagineering veteran. He was a principal special effects designer for Imagineering. In that role, he took the creative lead on developing, designing, and installing special effects on projects spanning from the opening of Epcot Center, continuing up to recent projects. He began as a cine technician at Walt Disney Studios. He transitioned to WED and Mapo in order to bring his one-of-a-kind technical know-how and creativity to Walt Disney Parks and Resorts. Among the highlights of Jack's portfolio, he did the projection effects for Horizons at Epcot Center. He worked on the projection technology for Star Tours. He did field installation at Euro Disney. If you've ever seen Disneyland Paris' Space Mountain, you know the cannon? Jack is mostly responsible for that cannon on Space Mountain, yeah. We'll get him to talk about that at a future event, I'm hoping. We're trying to keep it to studios at this one, but maybe we'll get him to talk about it. He also worked on Mickey's Filler Magic, Expedition Everest, the Finding Nemo submarine voyage. And then as far as the Disney MGM Studios, which is what he'll really be talking about, he was important in creating Catastrophe Canyon, a lot of the effects in the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, and the Great Movie Ride. And of course, he is a T award winner for Outstanding Achievement in Special Effects for Space Mountain in Paris, Expedition Everest, and the Finding Nemo submarine voyage. Meanwhile, James Mulder is a 30-year veteran of the entertainment industry. He was a senior principal designer and principal special effects designer for Imagineering. He also worked on Epcot Center, and even up until Shanghai Disneyland, he was on the team. On his portfolio, he did visual effects for the original Journey into Imagination, American Adventure, Spaceship Earth, Living Seas, Maelstrom, Filler Magic, It's Tough to Be a Bug, and specifically the MGM Studios. He did the Great Movie Ride and all the special effects in Muppet Vision 3D, which he'll be talking about. And right now he works for Universal Creative.
Oh.
And he'll be joining us. There may be a third guest there. I don't have that confirmed yet. There may be another former Imagineer. I will let you guys know over the weekend if we get that lined up. And then our final presentation is the Star Conversation, which is with former Executive Vice President of Walt Disney Entertainment, Ron Logan. Ron, of course, was, again, Executive Vice President of Walt Disney Entertainment. So he was responsible for creating, casting, and producing all live entertainment products for the Walt Disney Company. That includes Disneyland, Disney World, Tokyo, Paris, Disney Institute, Disney Business Productions, Cruise Line, Disney Entertainment Productions, and Entertainment Worldwide. He was also in charge of the Disney Special Events Group. He was the founder and first president of Disney Theatrical Productions, so Beauty and the Beast on Broadway happened under his watch. And then a list of his other things he'll likely be talking about during his presentation. The Disney MGM Studios grand opening, he was the producer of that. Sorcery in the Sky, the original fireworks show at the studios. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, a musical adventure. Aladdin's Royal Caravan, Beauty and the Beast live on stage. Voyage of the Little Mermaid, Lights, Motors, Action, Extreme Stunt Show, the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, and all entertainment at Pleasure Island.
Is that it?
Yeah. These guys may have some resumes.
Yeah.
They may have some resumes.
Yeah.
By the way, that's not all. You don't only get those 3 presentations. You also get a special catered lunch where we have gone out of our way to make sure that dessert is very special. Because for dessert, we will have bottomless carrot cake cookies and grapefruit cake from Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Oh,
Bottomless.
How many carrot cake cookies can you eat? Find out at Stage 89. Also, there will be Disney characters appearing. This is not a joke on the show. Jameson St. John isn't showing up.
No.
I mean, he might, but he is not a Disney character.
We should talk about that if that's going to happen.
Actual Disney characters
Yeah.
will be at this event. It will be a surprise. I'm not going to tell you yet who they are, but it's happening.
But it's good, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
excited.
not like...
There's
someone's
one
gonna-
already confirmed, and there's another one that I'm hoping we get. Knock on wood. I don't have. This is wood. There you
Yeah.
go. I will let everybody know.
Would you
but
call
it's
these
pretty-
Instagram worthy and special?
They're special. These are not
You didn't say
opportunities you can get in a theme park today.
There you go.
There you go. And last but certainly not least, straight out of Tom's closet, displays filled with rare park props, merchandise, and more from the past.
Nice.
I know because I watched them. Because you walked in and watched me dump the closet today and go through everything. I found some cool stuff, folks. There's some cool stuff. Also,
Did you
I have a
find the
couple.
mobile?
I have a couple friends who
The-
own. I do. It's outside actually. I can show it to you
Yeah?
after.
Nice.
The Dream Flight mobile will be there.
Nice.
It will be there. I also have called upon a few friends who own some pretty incredible props from the studios, and they will be on display as well. So I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to tell you what's going to be there. Some great things. Tickets are on sale. It's Jason. It's $100 a ticket. Is that right?
$99.99. Wigs get a discount.
$99.99. And Wigs get a discount on that also. I think it's a great deal. D23 events of this length and quality are way more expensive. I am giving it to you at cost. That is what it is costing us a person to do this. So please join us if you can. Okay, let's continue quickly. Running out of time here, I think, right? Yeah, it's 9:50. Let's keep going. On April 29th, it's bloggers in bathing suits. It's happening.
Oh, great.
We're going to Typhoon Lagoon, our first ever group meet at Typhoon Lagoon.
Glasses in the
My
bag. Nick.
first time ever going.
Oh, really? Oh,
I
that'll be
just
fun.
got my AP for the water
that'll be
parks.
fun.
So I'm
Typhoon
excited.
Lagoon is really wonderful. I think it's the Disney Sea of water parks.
Ooh.
It's all original. There's no IP. It's really very pleasant. I like it a lot. And so we're just having a laid-back day at Typhoon Lagoon. You could join us. We're going to do rides and just relax. And it's a good time to hang out with staff and other Disney fans, meet some people. It's a good time. And then we got to talk about Pleasure Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pleasure Beach, because things have gotten real interesting at Pleasure Beach. You have the logo. We put up something more interesting. I'm
I
staring at
absolutely
this.
do have the logo.
Staring at this schedule. Pleasure Beach celebrating 30 years of party and adventure. A lot has changed in the last week since we put this on sale. We were told we can put a lot of people on this beach. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure this was available to anyone and everyone who wanted to relive Pleasure Island, or those of you who missed it when it actually existed, got a little taste of what Pleasure Island was all about. So due to overwhelming demand, we have added ticket levels, including a ticket that is only $10.
What?
Yes. So what's happening at this party? Number one, there is an Adventurers Club reunion, an official Adventurers Club reunion of 8 of the original members. They will reunite at our event. It's only the second time officially they have done so, by the way. There will be 4 classic Pleasure Island cocktails resurrected for one night only. The Kungaloosh, the Pleasure Punch, the Funmeister, and my favorite, that Armadillo Punch from the Neon Armadillo.
How?
Yeah! What is Lunchbox?
Not born yet.
There's also a live DJ. What'd you say?
Not born yet. That's what he said.
Oh. A live DJ spinning tracks from all of the classic clubs. By the way, that is Scott King. He was a DJ at Pleasure Island from 2002 until it closed. He worked at Motion, Rock and Roll Beach Club, BET Soundstage, Mannequins. He worked them all.
Can you guarantee sick beats?
I think for
Will it be
1980,
lit?
for 1989 to 2008, it will be all the sick beats
The sickest of beats.
through those 20 years.
Yeah.
Gonna introduce you kids to some music.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And so, okay, let's go over quickly what the packages are. There is a $10 package. I want to remind you, we have the $10 package. I'm going to start with the VIPI package, which is what we originally released, but some things have changed. So this is $99.99. This includes event access to Shipwreck Beach, private interaction time where you can mingle with all 8 of the original Adventurers Club cast members. You're guaranteed to have time to meet all 8 of them. This is the only package where you can do that. You get 4 drink tickets, so 4 drinks are included, so you can try all 4 of those classic Pleasure Island cocktails if you want. Access to a private bar, so if there's lines at the outside bars at the general admission area, you don't have to worry about that. The VIP section has its own bar. It is also its own section. It's a reserved viewing area for the Adventurers Club reunion moment. You're also right near the stage. You'll have prime viewing of everything. Of course, we got that former Pleasure Island DJ. A special commemorative gift that was made just for the event. You guys will also get a special goodie bag full of some giveaways, and as well $7 of your ticket price.
7.
Yeah, 7 will be donated to Give Kids the World. That's that package. The Funmeister package is $49.99. That includes the event access, 3 drink tickets, access to a dedicated bar for Funmeister package guests, the DJ. You get the commemorative gift as well, and then $5 of your ticket is donated to Give Kids the World. Last but not least, to make sure anyone who wants to attend can attend Pleasure Beach, we have the PI Live package. $10. That's it. $10 gives you access to the event. You have access to the cash bar where you can buy the classic cocktails and a number of other drinks, of course. You get the DJ. Obviously, you can see the DJ. You'll see the reunion moment. The Adventurers Club members will occasionally mix into the general public, too. We're not only putting them in the VIP area. You just may have to fight a little bit more. There'll be more people out there. And $2 of that ticket price goes to Give Kids the World, which is a wonderful charity. So really, $8, and you get to enjoy this great event on the beach. It's going to be pretty magical. We're really excited about it.
You can't even buy Casey's for $10.
No, you can't. You can't. And beyond that, I mean, the Funmeister package, and Josh, our good friend Josh, EasyWDW.com, said it best. The nearby bar, not Martha's Vineyard. What is the bar?
Hurricane Hannah's.
Hurricane Hannah's. A drink with tip will cost you $16.75 on average. If you buy the Funmeister package, you're getting drinks for less than that.
Yeah.
So
just the drinks alone.
Come party with us. I promise you, it is a once-in-a-lifetime event. The Adventurers Club may not ever reunite officially ever again. This could be it. So please join us. 30th anniversary of Pleasure Island. Bring up the schedule real quick. Let's run through the rest of that. We've got some more fun stuff. All right, the next day we've got a bunch of group rides at Hollywood Studios. You get to spend some time with us and other fans. And then we have a game. We have a game we've never done before. This is crazy and cool and different. It's called Starring Roles, Making a Movie in a Theme Park. In this game, you are going to film your own mini-movie about Hollywood Studios in 1989, and we're going to put it together for you. And you're going to get your own little souvenir movie, and you have a chance to win prizes. And everybody, just for playing, gets a little souvenir also. I think it's a pretty fun little game. I don't want to spoil any of it. The team has done a fantastic job on this. I think it is unlike anything any Disney fan event has ever done before, and I've been to a bunch of them. I've never seen anyone do anything like this. So make sure you come to that. And as well, what else we have that day? I can't see from this far away. What's after Starring Roles? Oh, we're meeting for the Aladdin sneak peek at Walt Disney Presents. Give me the other side of the schedule. We'll wrap this up real quick. And then, of course, if you're going to be in town, we've got, of course, the official festivities for the 30th anniversary. We got that cavalcade. You can also join us for a group showing of Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. And then as a big group, we're all going to watch the first ever Wonderful World of Animation nighttime show. And then also a number of us are going. You can join us, hang out at the Disney After Hours event if you're so inclined. But if you're going to spend money, I can tell you, Disney After Hours, it's only going to give you a couple unannounced character meet and greets. I am promising you the event of a lifetime if you want to rather spend that money on either Pleasure Beach or Hollywood That Was. I promise you they're going to be very, very special events, and I'm offering them pretty much at what it's costing us a person. We just like to do these events. I think they're a really fun thing. I don't think Disney does a very good job of doing these anniversary events, so I like to throw on something special. That's what this is all about. I love Walt Disney World, and I want to celebrate it the right way. And I say we celebrate it the right way in just a few days' time at Stage 89. If you want all the event info, stage89.com. I'm beyond excited. Everything has come together, and
It's been fun to watch everything come together, and
it's the Great Movie Ride event all over again. All over again. But it's happening. We're making this happen. I mean, if there's any doubt that we have to celebrate Hollywood Studios, I mean, I need to. So let's do it. All right, what else we got going? Okay, we're quickly running out of time in the first hour. We have a game in hour 2. We have WDWNT the map game, a Pleasure Island edition. So we actually need people to call to play that. I'm going to find my script. I buried my script somewhere. Here it is. Okay, so to call in and play the map game, you're going to call 83. I almost said the old number. 8327 WDWNT7. Get on the line now to play the map game, Pleasure Island edition. We got some cool prizes. Sadly, nothing Pleasure Island themed. But I got some cool stuff. I got some stuff from Tokyo. I got this cool Pixar Playtime 2019 folder. Cool. It's got the whole. Look at all these stickers. You got stickers of like every.
Oh.
I think that's stickers. I don't know what that is. I don't read Japanese, so I couldn't tell you. But it's a really cool folder with the whole logo for the event and stuff. It's really cool. So stuff like that we got for prizes. We got tons of prizes, and Nick will explain the game when we come back and we get some of you guys on the line. Again, 8327 WDWNT7. Also, when we come back, second hour, Disney cast member pet peeves. What do cast members do that annoys us? Oh boy, this can't go bad. More, this and more tonight!
To Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. They're themed like the 1930s. No! But they got the best bangers direct from the playlist at your local American Eagle. Yes! And just because the moon is out, it doesn't mean you can't still get your shopping on. Check out Crystal Arts by Erebus Brothers. They got lots of stuff made of glass your mom never would have let you touch. But where is she now? That's right, in a nursing home. Touch away, baby. You looking for a wilder time? Cheese and wine experience at Terralina.
Mamma mia!
Cheese.
Wow.
Experience. It's so extreme, it'll melt your face off. Now it's 11:45 and your soup's wasted on cheese and glass breaking. Where do you get a nightcap? Move that keister down to Enzo's Hideaway. It's like a real-life speakeasy because nobody can seem to find it. What a wild night on Disney property. And you're back in bed by 1, just in time to catch 2 hours of sleep before you get in line for Galaxy's Edge. Disney Springs. It's your place to be, I guess. Suck it, City Walk! Changes. Recent new policy banning all smoking inside the parks. Now I know that might not be the most popular decision amongst our nicotine-loving fans, but don't think for a moment we've forgotten about you. The Dumbs Group is excited to announce a new Disney experience exclusively tailored for the black-lunged. The Smoking Characters Breakfast. That's right, you and your smokestack friends now have the chance to enjoy breakfast the way you like, with a cigarette or cigar in hand. But you won't be alone dragging that poison directly into your body. Some of Disney's most famous smoking characters will stop by your table to bum a cig, including Baby Herman, Cruella de Vil, the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland, Captain Hook, and Toy Story's Wheezy. Sound too good to be true? Well, don't you take my second-hand opinion for it. Here's actual guests with their experiences.
I already miss the camaraderie I found in the smoking sections at Disney. Those hidden areas weren't a place of shame, but our very own Club 33. It's nice to have that experience back with this character. Breakfast.
I've met so many like-minded people during these breakfasts, and there's nothing like enjoying Disney the way Walt intended. I used to go through a pack during Carousel of Progress.
Yes, the Smoking Character Breakfast is the perfect place to light up over some amazing themed foods, all smoked to perfection, including ham, halibut, and Gouda. And don't forget to try our special Mar Nicotini cocktail. And coming soon with the opening of Galaxy's Edge, our Death Stick Dining Package with guests Watto and Darth Vader. Stay tuned and happy puffing.
While you're enjoying the program you're listening to or watching right now, did you know that WDWNT.com has even more original programs you could be enjoying? Like
Dreamfinders is WDW News Today's podcast all about the creative culture surrounding Disney parks. Curious what it's like to read poetry about the Haunted Mansion? Well, we've talked to someone who has. How about what it takes to actually build a Disney castle? We've chatted with a guy who did just that. Authors, Imagineers, dancers, actors, photographers, filmmakers, and a whole lot more have all stopped by to chat about how Disney has inspired their artistic work. Dreamfinders. Episodes drop every other Tuesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcatcher.
4 panelists, 30 minutes, 1 week in Disney Parks news. This is Parks Center. On Parks Center, the panel and I cover the top 7 Disney Park stories of the past week. From attraction news to transportation scandals to new food and merchandise, we'll cover it all in 30 minutes or less. You can watch us stream live every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. at WDWNtunes.com, watch episodes on demand at youtube.com/WDWNT, or subscribe to the audio version of the show on your favorite podcast app.
Ride Rehab is the podcast of ridiculously reskinning, refurbishing, and even removing Disney attractions, shows, areas, and parks. Can we cram Star Wars or Marvel into anything else? Just listen and find out! Visit riderehab.com to start listening now. That's riderehab.com.
WDWNT Nerd Alert is the podcast that encompasses all things Marvel and Star Wars in a fun and entertaining format. On each episode, we take a look at the latest news, provide reviews for the latest feature films, inform you about what is going on in the comic book world, and discuss and debate original topics pertaining to the worlds of Marvel, Star Wars, and beyond. Find us on various podcast applications by searching for WDWNT Nerd Alert.
the WDW News Today podcast is the one that started them all. Join us for comprehensive history segments, heated debates, epic countdowns, and more from the Disney theme parks around the globe. Just search for WDW News Today in whatever podcast service you choose.
Last but certainly not least is WDWNT's premiere show, WDW News Tonight. Join us every Thursday night at 9 p.m. for a live, weekly audio and video show that combines the latest headlines, comedy, trending vacation topics, call-in games, and in-depth discussions to bring Disney fans a one-of-a-kind 2-hour program covering the Disney parks. If you can't catch the show live, you can always watch it later on YouTube or listen to it through your desired podcast service.
Get more info on all of these shows and more online at WDWNT.com, the worldwide leader in Disney parks news and entertainment. Welcome back to WDW News Tonight. We are live on YouTube and on Twitter and on Facebook and maybe WDWNtunes.com. Who knows? You never know.
Refresh that cache. What are you gonna do?
Someone said Nathan's voice is very soothing. All right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're
Someone
welcome.
said I'm
It was
nails
a
on a
dude.
chalkboard, and I should stop laughing when it's not funny.
Same.
So,
Anyway, thank you wherever you're joining us tonight. Thank you for joining us. I don't know where I am in the script. Oh yeah, here we are. Next week's show, we are celebrating. Guess which episode it is next week?
77.
89.
Oh.
89.
How fitting is that?
Oh,
Next
wow.
week's show, episode 89. Cornac the Magnificent is back. He's looking into the past and future of Disney's Hollywood studios. We'll also begin our countdown of the 30 biggest moments in the history of Disney's Hollywood studios. Moments 30 through 15 on the countdown. Next week, and as well next week, WDWNT The Pyramid, Disney's Hollywood Studios 30th Anniversary Edition. All that and more next week on the show. Jason, do we have voting ready for the 30 biggest moments?
Of course we do.
Oh, we do. And where can
Yeah.
how can people vote?
You just have to go to survey.wdwnt.com.
Survey.wdwnt.com to vote. Can we bring that up? Do we have that available? No, we don't. Great. Anyway, on there you'll find a list of many, many moments in the history of Disney's Hollywood Studios, way more than 30. You have to pick 30, and with your voting, we will make that list, and we'll begin the countdown next week right here on WDW News Tonight. We haven't done one of those in a while. I'm pretty excited. I love those. I love those countdown segments. Those will be fun. All right, we have people on the line for the map game, Pleasure Island Edition. Nick, can you explain to us how the Pleasure Island Edition of the map game will work?
I can sure as heck try.
Oh boy.
So I believe
Ronald Reagan even looks unsure.
I believe we have a map of Pleasure Island as it was in 1989. Do we?
I don't think it's an 89 map.
Oh, okay.
It's not an 89 map.
All right. Well, we have a map of Pleasure
Either
Island.
way, can we produce the map?
See the map.
Whatever year it's from, please put it on the screen.
Nice.
Nope.
Wait, what?
We're getting there.
Oh, good. We can't see it. That's right. All right.
Yeah. It's,
Anyway, there's a map. What year? Do we know what year, Jason? It's 90s, right?
This is in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Late 90s, early 2000s map of Pleasure Island.
Even
All
though
right.
I don't see it, is it still A through H, 1 through 8, or is it not?
Nope.
no,
No,
it's
we've
D.
changed it.
A through D, 1 through 12.
Yeah. We got
I
ourselves a
told
big
you that
old map.
yesterday, Nick.
All right, fair enough.
Oh
Big
my
old map.
God. I'm going to murder you.
That's gonna be, this is gonna make an interesting game. A.
See what happens when you procrastinate, kids? A lesson for
No,
everyone.
procrastinating. This was ready. I was done with
I
this.
had this thing ready. Oh, is it all right? Can we play the game?
I mean,
Oh, we'll play the game.
we'll play the game.
How does the game work? Tell them how the game works.
Well, the game works. Where contestants.
And that's it.
Does it? Bum, bum, bum.
Well, Nancy, I'm not so sure that Nick's got it tonight.
I don't know.
The game is sound. The board is different than the game. The
How do you play the map game?
contestants will be walking around Pleasure Island looking to rescue drunk patrons. From
Drunk what?
Drunk patrons. From
Are you a
patrons.
drunk patron right now?
drunk people
Yeah, there you go.
from the clubs around Pleasure Island? You need to save seven.
Seven.
Yes, 7 drunk patrons from the clubs. You will find some sober people along the way, which will negate.
Obviously, Nick never went to Pleasure Island.
Which will negate some of the drunk people that you find.
Although those are the children, and that's who Nick was.
And take away from your score. Also, along the way, you may find one of the 4 highlighted drinks that will be at Pleasure Beach event, right? You may find some of those 4 highlighted drinks, and if you find one of those, find one of the special drinks, you automatically win a prize.
Oh, great.
All right?
Cool.
All right.
Sounds like Nick's got this figured out.
I do. I just, Pleasure Island shaped a little differently than I thought. So we'll figure this out. We'll get it going.
By the way, callers have a choice of prize tonight. You can choose to have a prize mailed to you. Or if not, you can choose a PI Live ticket to Pleasure Beach.
Oh, that's
a $10 ticket you get
What?
absolutely free. Yeah, so they have a choice on if they're going to be in the area and they want to come, they could win one of those tickets tonight. Sure.
All right. And can we say if they find one of the drinks, they get an automatic
Oh,
ticket?
if it automatic prize, yeah, that works.
Automatic
Yeah,
ticket.
Yeah,
All right,
win
there
is
we
a
go.
win. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. All right, Mandy, you're our first contestant on the map game tonight. Good evening, Mandy.
Oh, I hear her.
Well, she's off in the distance. So you're out
it's
there.
It's on us for you. Hi, Mandy.
She came and she
Can you
gave
hear me?
without taking.
There
Oh,
you
there
go.
she is.
Hey, Mandy, how you
Oh,
doing
geez.
tonight?
I'm doing well.
All right, good. Well, you're going to play the map game with us tonight. And so did you hear the instructions to the map game?
I did.
All right, let's get out there on Pleasure Island and find those drunk people. All right, Mandy, pick a letter A through H and number 1 through 12.
A through D.
A through D.
And 1 through 12.
A through D, 1 through 12.
This is getting weirder all the time.
Can I do this like Battleship where I'm like 3 down, 9 across?
Yeah,
Something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Is that what you'd like?
Who's that?
3 down, 9 across?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. 3 down, 9 across.
All right.
He already unveiled it. Cameron, read him which square that is. What square is that?
C9.
C9.
C9. That is going to be 7 drunk people. You found 7 drunk people there.
That's good. It's a good start.
All right.
You need
so-
to keep those 7
Yes.
now.
Let's
They
see-
can't sober up.
Let's see if you don't lose any of those. All right. So pick another coordinate for us, Mandy.
A3.
A3. All right, she's made this easy for you, Nick. A3.
Oh, A3, you found the Funmeister drink.
That's an automatic
automatic prize. Good job,
Oh,
Mandy.
my.
So you already have an automatic prize there. You can get more prizes by keeping those 7 drunk people in your party there.
So pick. You get one more pick.
One more coordinate.
I will go with C3.
C3.
C3. That is -1 drunk person. Oh, but
You got the automatic prize.
You got the automatic prize. Would you like the ticket to PI Live, or would you like us to send you out something?
I wish I could be there so badly, but I can't. So I'm going to have to go with a different prize.
All right, we'll mail you something.
All right.
Thanks for playing, Mandy.
Someone's asking about the number.
Thank you
for
very
the
much.
game.
The number for the game, we'll put that'll actually fit on screen with the board. Why don't we just put both up there at the same time? How about that?
Already.
We could be like a real professional operation.
832-7 WDWNT 7.
There you go. We'll just leave it on screen for everybody.
Yeah.
So again, you got a chance to win. All you got to do is pick 3 squares. You got a chance to win a Pleasure Beach ticket, the PI Live ticket.
And we currently have no callers, so it's wide open, people.
It's wide open.
That
So
was
we'll leave.
so good.
We'll leave that number up there for a minute while we do something else.
She
What
found the
else?
Funmeister drink.
She did find.
Now,
the
do we know offhand what's in the Funmeister drink? Do we know?
I don't have it in
You don't
front of me.
have it in
Jason,
front?
Jason might have that. I don't
Fun,
know.
yes.
I'll look it up.
Yes.
We just what we
So-
did was we looked up because they published the ingredients when they did the
Right, at
Dockside
Disney
Margaritas.
Springs,
Dockside
right?
Margaritas
Yeah.
at Disney Springs did like the revival
Yeah.
of the drinks, and so we literally just sent them pictures of the menus and like, can you remake these again? And they were like, yeah, we can do some of them. Well, because it was a big list. I think it was 8 to 12.
Right.
And we sent them the list, and they were like, oh, we were like, we could do 4 of these, and they were like, all right.
Yeah.
4 drinks it is. So yeah,
it's a
there's
shame.
the number if you want to win a ticket to Pleasure Beach or just a prize mailed to you. Either way, play our Pleasure Island map game. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll keep playing the map game, and then we'll begin our in-depth discussion about cast member pet peeves.
Experimental, prototype, community of tomorrow. Epcot will take its cue from the new ideas and new technologies that are now emerging from the creative centers of American industry. It will be a community of tomorrow that will never be completed, but will always be introducing and testing and demonstrating new materials and new systems.
What?
How many times have you put a free annual pass holder magnet on your car just to have it stolen off? Introducing the Annual Pass Holder Magnet Protection Program. Through several patented systems, will ensure the safety of your free, yet irreplaceable, annual pass holder car magnet. For only one payment of $19.95, our Magnet Protection Plus is an affordable way to keep all 20 of your AP magnets on your car right where they are. With this product, you'll receive enough super glue to attach all your magnets to your car. Want a more luxurious solution? With the Patrick Hackett plan, Patrick Hackett will sit in your car and yell at anyone who tries to take any of your annual pass holder magnets.
Yo, lay off those magnets. I'm here in the car. That'll be $1,200.
With our Platinum package, one of our team members will sit in his van near your car all night long, catching the crooks in the act.
Hey, you can't have that magnet for free, but how about some of my van candy?
And for the budget conscious, there's our Gold plan, which costs only $9.99 a month. You'll get new decoy magnets each month to cover your prized magnets with. These designs include art from Disney's John Carter, Disney's Treasure Planet, Disney's Home on the Range, Disney's Mars Needs Moms, and more.
Don't you mean Mars needs cheetahs?
Oh, what a callback! Introducing the Pass Holder Magnet Protection Program, the world's most expensive way to protect free items that Disney should just be able to replace for you!
Don't make me eat all this candy alone. Call now.
Hello, I'm Tom Corliss, the most famous man in
I think we're doing okay for our first show ever.
Yeah.
Well, someday you guys will get this figured out, I'm sure. Anyway, welcome back to WDW News Tonight. We had a couple questions in the chat, Nathan, about the event.
Yeah, we had one question about are the oh my goodness, the Adventurers Club people, are they going to be in costume? Are they going to be as characters?
What does that mean in costume? There are adventurers. There are members of the adventurers.
I think people are confused. They think there's cast members coming. Some
Yeah,
actors
no,
or something. I
there's
don't
no
know
actors coming. These are the actual
the
members
adventurers, yeah.
of the Adventurers Club.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the maid will be there. The butler will be there. Everybody will
Songs
be there.
will be sung.
Yeah.
We had another question come in. How revealing will Tom's bathing suit be at Pleasure Island?
No matter how revealing, it's too revealing.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's probably accurate. Cool. Yeah. There's something in my face on the screen. Is that? I don't know.
I think that's just the monitor.
Okay, great.
We have a contestant.
Let's keep playing the map game real
All
quick.
right.
Let's do that.
Hi, Jessica. It's time for you to play the map game. How you doing tonight?
She's doing great.
Jessica?
Good.
Hi.
Hey.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good.
We're good.
We're gonna play the map game, Jessica. So you're gonna, I don't know if you heard the rules. You have to walk around Pleasure Island and find 7 drunk people at Pleasure Island and not lose any to sobriety. Does that sound fun?
Yep.
All right.
She sounds enthused.
Excellent. All right, Jessica, I'm not sure. Have you ever played the map game with us before?
I have.
Okay, good. All right, in this game, it's a little bit different because you're going to have to pick letter A through D and the number 1 through 12.
What a change in concept, eliminating several letters. Just changing the whole world tonight.
Revolutionizes the game. We're going to start off with your first pick. Go ahead, Jessica.
B6.
B6.
B6. Oh, you found an armadillo punch.
Yeehaw.
You found the drink just sitting there. It's an armadillo punch. You're sipping it up, and that's an automatic prize for you, Jessica.
You've already won a prize.
All right.
Yeah, two more
Wow.
picks.
Yeah. That's it is. Go ahead and pick another coordinate for us, Jessica.
D7.
7.
Yes.
Hey, Jessica, you found one drunk person at D7.
Well, that's because that's the entrance.
Yeah.
Nobody's drunk yet.
No, right, not yet. All right, give us one more. You're trying to find 7 drunk people.
C4.
C4 was chosen already, right? No?
Sure wasn't.
Why do I have it? It's chosen. All right, we'll go down. You found 3 drunk people there. 3 drunk people. That gives you 4 total. And that's only that's falls short of our 7. But you have the
got the
automatic
prize.
win because of the Armadillo Punch. Now, Jessica, will you be in town, or would you like tickets to the Pleasure Island event?
I would love to, but unfortunately I won't be able to make it.
All right. Well,
All right, we'll send you something.
we'll send you a prize, Jessica. Thanks for playing the map game tonight.
Just stay on the line and we'll get your info.
Thanks.
Stay on the line.
All right.
All right. We do have another contestant, Caden. Caden, you there tonight?
Hello.
How you doing, Caden?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
Great. You gonna wander around Pleasure Island and look for drunk people on the map game tonight?
At least that's the plan.
That is the plan. All right, let's see if we can get your prize, Caden. Pick a letter A through D and the number 1 through 12, please.
B3.
B3. You found 3 drunk people there, Caden. 3 drunk people. All right, we're looking for 7.
All right.
4 more.
Let's go A10.
All right, A10. 1 drunk person there. Only 1 drunk person. So you're up to 4 drunk people. For the you need to find 3 more of those people and save them. Come on, let's see what we can do, Caden.
All right. C7.
7.
Yeah, 7.
All right. You found 3 more drunk people. That brings your total up to 7. Yay!
Woo!
Oh, wow, he's celebrating. All right, good job. You know, you rescued those people. They didn't get into trouble because you got them home just safely. Nice job, Caden. We're going to give you a prize for that. And so, does he get to choose? If he
Yeah,
wants to?
no,
Yeah.
everybody
Would you
gets to
like the ticket to Pleasure Island, to the Pleasure Island event?
Unfortunately, I live across the country and won't be able to make it.
Oh.
All right.
I apologize. I wish I could.
We all need to move closer to Disney World.
Problem.
Do what we did.
I know, I want to.
You were born here, weren't you? You moved from Tampa. It's like 45 minutes.
Why do you want us to all move down there? Yeah, if all of us move down there, everything will have a long line.
They already
Everything
do have
already
a long
has a long line. Oh, boy.
Yeah, you got a point.
Caden, thank you for calling. We'll send you out a prize.
All right, thank you, Caden.
Do we have any more callers?
We got tons.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
boy.
do.
All
We
right.
got Eric right now.
Quickly, let's go. We have not a show left.
Is Mike next? Mike?
No, Eric's next.
Eric? All right, Eric, welcome to the map game.
Yes.
How you doing? How you doing tonight?
Correct!
Eric.
I like you, Eric.
Eric, have you ever been over to Pleasure Island while it was still open?
I haven't. Well, I didn't get a chance to.
Okay. No problem. Well, you don't need a really working knowledge of Pleasure Island.
You just need a knowledge of letters A, what is it?
A through D and
A
1
through
through
D and 1 through 8.
12.
12.
All right, Eric, the point is to save at least 7 intoxicated people from Pleasure Island tonight. Let's see if we can find those people. Pick us a letter A through D and a number 1 through 12.
Okay, B11.
B11.
B11. You found 1 drunk person.
Right.
A single.
Right on the bow of the Fultons.
No, they were doing the whole Titanic thing.
Are they drunk or did they eat the seafood? We'll never
Big at
know.
that time. All right, so you have one, Eric. Let's see if we can find more. Pick us another coordinate.
Okay, C2.
C2.
C2. Oh, you found the Kungaloosh.
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 That's an automatic prize.
That is. All right, well, let's see if we can get you a second prize as well. Let's see if we can find a place where it gets you 7 total drunk people. Pick us another coordinate.
B8.
B8. Oh, 8 drunk people. That brings your total up to 9. That's 2 prizes for you.
Wow.
You saved,
Hot dog.
yeah, good job, Eric. You saved 9 drunk people. You found the Kungaloosh drink. That's 2 prizes. Eric, can we give you a ticket to the Pleasure Beach event?
I'd like to, but I'm not going to be down there at that point. Live a little bit of a ways away.
All right, well, we'll send you 2 prizes. Thanks for playing. All right, we're going to take down the phone number, by the way, because we have too many callers now.
Too much.
So lines are closed now. If you're already on hold, you're good, but if not, we're going to close the lines now. Let's keep going through these.
All right, and I think, guys, we have Mike next. Is that right?
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
Mike. Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Doing good.
All right, we're doing good as well. We're saving lots of intoxicated.
Everybody
folks
has
for
won
Pleasure
so
Island.
far. No
They
pressure.
have, right? All right, Mike. So let's walk around Pleasure Island. Let's find some drunk people. Pick us a letter A through D and 1 through 12.
A9.
A9.
A9. You just found yourself 3 drunk people.
Or did they eat at Portobello? Who knows?
They show the same signs.
Yep. Counts either way.
How about D7?
7.
7.
I've already got that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
D7.
it's already chosen.
Yeah, pick another one.
Oh, it's already chosen?
Yeah.
D12.
D12.
D12, you found 7 drunk people!
All about to drive home.
Just in time, Eric.
Oh, man. All right, you saved them. You have 10 drunk people right now. Hopefully, you don't find any sober people to counteract that number.
Yep.
Let's see if we could stay above 7. Pick one more coordinate for us.
How about E4?
We don't have an E. It's A through, right? It's A through D. A through D.
C, D,
E.
yes. Yeah, no.
No E.
Oh,
No, there's
sorry.
no E. A through D.
B4.
B4.
B4 is a single drunk person. That brings your total up to 11. You're a hero. You are a hero, Mike. You just saved 11 drunk people. Yeah, you rescued them from drunk driving, crashing into the lake, whatever they were going to
Please
do
stop.
that night. Good job. We're going to send you a prize.
I was there closing night at Pleasure Island, so.
Oh, well, there you go.
Now, will you be there at Pleasure Beach? Can we give you a ticket?
No, I will not.
Oh, you guys are no fun. We'll send you a prize anyway.
Stay on the line. We'll get you your address.
No, okay.
All right.
All right,
thank you
next
very
up.
much. All right, who is our
Nicole.
next contestant? Nicole.
Nicole.
Hey, good evening, Nicole.
Hey, everybody. Good evening.
Good evening.
Nicole, are you ready to save some intoxicated people from Pleasure Island?
I was born ready.
Now, when you woke up this morning, did you think you'd be saving drunk people from Pleasure Island?
I can't say that I did.
No, because this is the dumbest show.
We make dreams come true.
The dumbest show.
All right, Nicole, pick me a letter A through D and a number 1 through 12.
Let's do D as in Delta 5.
D5. You just saved 6 drunk people.
Ooh, on the board.
Ooh.
It's Pleasure Island. You're bound to at least found one drunk person in every spot.
There's another one. Gotta tell you. All right, pick me another one.
All right. Let's do A1.
A1. Wow. 7 drunk people right there.
7?
How many drunk
7?
people are on this island?
This is the World War Z of drunk people tonight on Pleasure
All right,
Island.
Nicole. You're up to 13. Now, I will tell you, there are spaces that can lose you enough to get you under 7. Hopefully, you don't pick any of those.
Hopefully. All right, let's do A7.
A7. Oh, 4 more drunk people.
Yeah, 7.
Ooh, 4
got
more.
tons of drunk people.
Whoa. You're up to 17 drunk people. You're the leader for the night. If that number holds up, you get an extra prize for saving the most amount of intoxicated people tonight.
Oh, there you go.
God bless you.
But you do get a prize.
He is legally required now to ask if you will be in the Central Florida area on April 29th.
No, unfortunately not. I live in Denver, so it's a ways away for me.
All right. Well, we'll send you some prizes then.
Well,
stay on the line.
Maybe you come to
Sounds good to me.
PI Denver next summer.
Old PID.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello?
is this Pam?
This is Pam. Yes.
Hey, Pam, you're gonna save some people from Pleasure Island tonight. How you doing?
Yeah, I want to save some drunk people.
Save those drunk people.
Let's do it. Let's
Temperance.
do it. Pam, I have faith in you. Yeah, go ahead. You got this.
I'm gonna say A6.
A6.
Pam, you just saved 5 drunk people. 5.
I just saved 5. That's
Right
fabulous.
off the floor
Hooray! Put a
of
cape on me.
Right off the floor of the Rock and Roll Beach Club. Scooped them up.
Loose. Yes. Yay.
All right, next one.
Okay, I need to pick another one, right? Another location.
Yeah, you do.
So let's go with C5.
C5.
C5 -2 drunk people.
You put the one
-2. What happened? I lost them?
They sobered
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
You took
yeah.
too long.
They
I want to know. Of course,
That's not
the sober
acceptable.
people
That's
were
not
in.
acceptable.
Of course, the sober people were in the Adventurers Club.
Yep.
People ordering water.
Of course.
Why is it closing? I don't know.
All right, Pam. That means
Okay,
you have
well,
a
we
net
gotta
total
find
of
some more drunk
3.
people. So
3 drunk people.
One more.
Let's go with. I don't know. This is getting hard now. I thought I had squared that one away, but not. Okay, so let's try A8.
A8.
Fingers crossed for drunk people.
A8. Oh, I'm sorry, Pam. -1 drunk people.
Oh.
-1 drunk. Wow.
Yeah.
This is so sad.
Yeah. Well, you
You're
know.
not in the Central Florida
you know
area
what?
on April 29th, are you?
Are you?
You can help me out here, though. You know what? Clearly I've lost. Clearly I'm not getting anywhere. Even though I'm in the, Tampa area and I could totally go to your
if
amazing
you're in the
beach.
Tampa area,
It's not happening.
If you're in the Tampa area and can go, I just want to give you a ticket for calling in.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna
You're just going to give me a ticket for calling in? That's
do.
amazing.
No ticket. I'm gonna ask you to do one thing. I'm gonna ask you to go to GiveKidsTheWorld.org and give them a $10 donation. How about that? Could you do that?
That's fabulous. Yes.
So go ahead and do that.
You know,
and then,
can I ask you a favor too? Can I ask you a favor, Tom?
Sure.
You know, you have all these cool figures on your desk that have ears attached to them.
Yes.
But poor Roger Rabbit is stuck in the background, and he actually doesn't need ears attached to his head because he already has them. Can you put him in a more prominent place?
He is the Easter.
For Easter,
He is
because
so
I feel like
Easter.
he's being disrespected back there behind your desk.
Very Easter.
Look at that.
There we go. All right, so stay on the line. We're gonna get your information
yay.
for that ticket to Pleasure Beach, and we'll see you there.
Sounds awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
you,
calling.
Pam. I think we have one more,
All right,
right?
one more. Let's do this quickly. We're running out
Daniel?
of time here.
Daniel, are you there?
Yes, I am. How you guys doing?
All right, Daniel, you'll be our last contestant. We're doing great. You're going to be our last contestant on the map game tonight. So far, we've given prizes to everybody. Let's see if you can get one as well.
Oh.
We're saving some drunk people from Pleasure Island. You know the rules, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead.
Pick us according to A through D, and then 1 through 12.
Well, let's start with, I think, is A7 available?
Nope.
Nope. Are all the 7s gone?
Nope.
No,
We
we
got
have
one 7 left.
B7 is open.
Which one? D7?
B7.
B7.
We'll take that.
We'll take B7. Yeah, 7.
B7 has 7 sober people in it.
Oh,
no.
Oh.
What am I, a minivan driver?
Wow.
You are our first contestant starting off in the negative. You have negative
man.
7. That's a tough
Wow.
hole to crawl out of.
But this is a
Well,
comeback
that's less
story
than my
now.
7.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go with A2.
A2.
A2 has 5 drunk people in it. 5.
Of course it does. It's in the water.
Yeah.
They all fell in.
All right, well, if we're going to go that route, then I'll go A4. I think that'll keep us in the water, won't it?
A4. Yeah, it will.
A4 is negative 3.
Oh, more
Alan,
sober
come
people.
on.
But
No
you
sober people
those
are in
are
the
the-
water.
you don't happen to be in the Central Florida area on April 29th, do you?
Unfortunately, I'm smack dab in the middle of Missouri.
Oh, that is unfortunate. All right. Well, you'll have to call and play with us again sometime. Hopefully we'll win something then.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks for
Thanks,
calling.
Daniel.
Thanks so much.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
All right. Nathan, why don't you tell people about Wigs? Because tonight there's a post show for Wigs members.
Yeah, the wonderful world of psychotic comments. No, we didn't do that.
We didn't do that.
Whatever.
WDWNT the map game.
Yeah, that thing that we just did is brought to you by Wigs, the WDWNT Interglobe Society. Support WDWNT and get early and exclusive access to content that you just can't find anywhere else, including exclusive WDW News Tonight post shows each and every week starting at just $2 a month. That's right, $2. For more information, go to patreon.com/WDWNT or visit WDWNT.com and click the Patreon link. Join the Wigs and help make WDWNT happen through Patreon. We are also sponsored by King's Candy Cigarettes. Chew them if you got them. King's Candy Cigarettes.
We're also brought to you by a new travel agency.
Oh.
This deal was literally just inked, so I don't even have an ad yet. But we wanted to give them a mention. Cameron, you throw that up for everybody. Never Grow Up Vacations. We're very happy to have them on board. We'll have an ad for them next week officially, but we'd like to welcome them to the WDWNT family, our new official authorized Disney vacation planner. So go ahead and check them out.
Check them out.
And the link should be on the site soon. But we wanted to welcome them to the family, even though we didn't have time to throw the ad together very last minute today. But welcome to the family, and we'll be talking more about them each and every week here on WDW News Tonight. All right, let's get to our in-depth discussion, shall we? Do we have our illustrious panel? Is the illustrious panel ready to go?
Got 2.
Got 2? Is that everybody? Well, we have Jason. Jason's always here.
He's very illustrious.
Yeah, who else is here?
I'm always here.
David.
Unfortunately.
We got David Smith. We got David Smith.
Ashley's here now.
You can put them on camera. You got David.
There's David.
Hi,
Hi,
David.
Always here.
David.
I'm always ready to rock and roll, babies.
Oh, Pete Carney's here.
Oh no. Hot dog.
That's right, babies.
Ashley. Hello,
We're
Ashley.
at Pleasure Island.
Hi, Ashley.
Ashley's also muted.
But look at this shirt I'm wearing tonight.
I see this. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Hi.
Pete, what shirt are you
Where do
wearing?
I go? I have to go this
wrong
way.
side.
Oh, he's
Wait,
wearing
hold
a
on,
Pleasure
hold on. Let me turn around.
Pete is drunk. Oh, there he goes.
Pleasure Island tonight. Pete'll be there at Pleasure Beach.
Yeah.
Party with Pete at Pleasure Beach.
Let's
And
do
that's
it.
the one in Orlando, not the Pleasure Beach that Pete usually goes to.
No. Don't Google Pleasure Beach. Just do WWNT.
Oh, did we Google that? Does it go to something? I don't know. I'm not going to look now. Too late
Sounds
to look
funny.
now. Let's not do it. All right, everybody. We've wanted to do this discussion for a while. It's somewhat controversial, but that's kind of what we always wanted to do on News Tonight, are these discussions that everyone else is kind of afraid to have. So this is an interesting discussion. Tonight it's cast member pet peeves. I don't mean what are cast members annoyed about. I mean, what do we as guests, what are some of the things that... And yes, Pete, we don't hate cast members. I want to clarify that right out of the gate.
I'm starting with a disclaimer.
I don't
I'm
come out of
starting
the
with a
gate and
disclaimer.
hate all cast members. It's not a thing. This is about, there are certainly, in any workplace, there are people who do their job correctly and there are people who don't. And the Walt Disney Company is not exempt from that. Right? So tonight it's about cast members who maybe aren't the best, what they do that we were really annoyed about, our pet peeves, with cast members at Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
So I'm going to open the floor, you guys. Whoever wants to jump in first, who's not Pete, defending everybody before we've even made a case.
I'll go last.
Well, I mean, I think we should set up why this is such a sort of a contentious thing. It's because many cast members feel very defensive towards any sort of critique. Mostly because, and I don't mean this in a bad way, they are educated in such a way to sort of, they believe in these policies. Usually the ones that are the most upset are the best cast members. Generally you don't find bad cast members that are also like super defensive of the company. And I think that's key. I think there's a lot of people out there that their passion for it is, and their defense of it, it might be a little over exuberant, but at the same time, it comes from a special place. It comes from a place where they actually believe in what they're doing. I think that's important, and it's a positive note to start with, I suppose. But
I think it's the opposite way around.
Interesting.
I don't think good cast members go out of their way to be upset that people are critiquing cast members. I think it's the people who are kind of just not doing the job. I think it's the other way. I think that's the same in any workplace. I don't think because it's Disney, it makes it because it's Disney, there is a higher standard. I don't think it changes what a workplace is. I don't think the company cares enough anymore for it to not be this place where you have people that go above and beyond, people who come in and do the bare minimum, and then people who come in and just do not do anything at all. I think it's the same as any other workplace.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of because the company doesn't train people the way they used to train people, and I just don't think they care as much as they used to care.
When did that change, or was it ever different than that?
I think it's a slow cultural change. I think, and I think Japan makes that clear, because Japan has existed almost as much time as Walt Disney World. If you look at it, I mean, it's only
actually
what, 12,
Japan
12
as a
years young.
country has existed longer.
I'm talking about the park.
Japan's been around since about Walt Disney World, 71.
You know what I meant. So, I mean, that's only a 12-year difference. And in that time, I think the standards have been withheld as far as the level of service in Tokyo, as opposed to Florida, where I think we've obviously noticed, and enough people say it where I don't think it can't be true, there has been a decline in quality. I'm not saying you do not have cast members who still go above and beyond, and maybe above and beyond even what people did in the past. Certainly a case. I always run into good cast members all the time. But I feel like for as many good cast members as I run into some people who are just doing some crazy stuff that they should not be doing. And a great example would be, one of mine is these character Nazis. I don't know if I can use that term, but
I'm not sure you.
Wait,
hey,
Nazi was on Seinfeld. Why not? Right?
Hey, guys, we want to have a nice, calm conversation about this. Some people are Nazis, but nice, calm
So
conversation.
Josh and I went to meet Mickey and Minnie at Town Square Theater the other day. And we are the only people, we are at the end of the line in the room, so we're the last people in there.
First time, long time.
Only people in the room with the characters. And so I step up alone. We wanted individual pictures, so I step up alone to meet Mickey and Minnie. The cast member immediately starts screaming at Josh that he has to move from where he is waiting in line as if he's going to meet them separately. Starts yelling at him like he has to get to the other side of the photo pass cast member immediately.
Yeah.
And she just wouldn't stop bothering him about it. It was crazy. And he's trying to get there, and she's repeating it as he's walking across the space to get to that spot. She's like trying to almost push him into place. And I'm like, lady, we're meeting a character. It's not like there's a ride vehicle that could possibly kill him. There's also no one behind us at this point. You have still not loaded this line again. If there are people behind us, I'd be way more understanding. Only people in the room, what was the difference if he just waited as if he was the next guest, and then after I was done, he just stepped in?
I think some cast members can't make the adjustment between crowds. I think that's an issue. I think that sometimes
they're just kind of stuck
they
in their
get
way.
stuck in the other day we were at Everest and someone was checking lap bars and one was going, just hit your lap bar, and the other person was going lap bar, lap bar, lap bar, lap bar, lap bar, lap bar. And then I was like, I wonder if they'll do it the next time we do it, because we were going on and off, right? This was the evening. It was 5-minute wait. Lap bar, lap bar, lap bar, lap bar, lap bar. And so for me, I realized, this is not her being rude. She has been doing this for 4 hours or whatever, and
she's just
exactly.
Yeah.
She remembers where she
But
she
did
is
that
at the
bother
high.
you?
It did bother me.
Oh, okay.
And I think the reason it bothers me is because I always blame these things on management more than cast members sometimes, because they're not trained to deal with specific situations or multiple situations, I should say. They're dealt with like, this is what you do at the when things are the craziest, and they just keep that level of intensity no matter if it's a 5-minute wait or a 2-hour wait. And I think that can really seem rude when, like in your scenario, when it's like, well, what's the problem? It's just us. So anyway, I keep talking. People.
Yeah.
I'll say this. So just strictly pertaining to Tom's story, in that situation, I also think that is a case of mistraining where she has been, or he or she, they're very strict at Disney, especially with their cast members, where they're like, the person has to be here, and that person's taking it so seriously. Granted, it doesn't matter where Josh stands at all, but she was told he has to be here, and now she's freaking out because her job's on the line. She might be a newer cast member. Or he or she, and they're become a rules monger because they have, this person has to stand there. You have to stand here. You can't stand over there. That's gonna throw everything off. Mickey will collapse. It takes a little bit of getting used to.
Worlds will crumble. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria. Right? I mean, and I'm not necessarily blaming her. I don't know who does the training. I don't know what they're told. It just felt
it's easing
psychotic.
into your position and feeling out the Disney company.
There's four people in that room. There's a PhotoPass man, a cast member, and 2 big dudes. And I don't know, like, she was like screaming at him about it. I'm like, lady, he's going next. What if he was not with me? Would you make him stand there?
At least you had a PhotoPass person and not a PhotoPass box.
That's true.
Very true.
The PhotoPass box can't tell you where to stand.
Well, I guess along those lines,
it will snap at you.
One of the things that I have definitely seen in my workplace lately is that people, number one, they have an inability to think of outside the box. And I think that's what you're talking about with the lap bar.
Yeah.
That's
There's also a lot of young kids working at Disney World, so
That's
probably
fine,
not a
yeah.
ton of real world work experience.
Well, and our brains are not fully developed till we're like 20. So you have a lot of people like that are still figuring out. This is just.
I tell people all the time when they say like, "How can Disney afford to pay all these people?" I go, "You have old college students and retired people."
Yeah, that's
like it's.
They have figured out the
like
most
it's college students and
brilliant
retired people. These are people who are just starting their career or don't care anymore, and they just want to retire somewhere happy.
Right.
That's most of the staff you'll run into in the parks.
And I mean, to Tom's point, I mean that what Tom experienced, that's a cast member not thinking outside the box, not recognizing the situation and adapting to it. And also, I feel like the workplace nowadays, I think that maybe this is something cultural and new, but I don't know. They're just working to, and I guess as some people always did, they're just working to please the boss and do what they're supposed to do right now. They're not thinking of the overall picture. What the guest is feeling, and that's a shame. They're doing what they have to do to accomplish their job right now and get to the next person, to get to the next group of people.
But the sad part is that especially in Walt Disney World, there's the guest who takes advantage of these people, and then that is where the problem is. Is that granted you can say, okay, this is the right thing to do or not the right thing to do, and then you have people who take advantage of those cast members. And then eventually those cast members, get in trouble, or we have to adhere to the rules. I totally get what you're saying. It's because of people take advantage too. I'm sorry.
I honestly think Pete is really gotten to the root of the problem, because this is potentially a lot of the reason why the service level has gone down at Walt Disney World. I mean, it's not necessarily a coincidence that the rise of the internet and all these secrets about how to, get your money's worth at Walt Disney World or whatever, people come in with this entitlement mentality. That's all related to the decrease in service.
And I'm not saying,
and
I think a lot of it is Disney's fault, because like you've said, I think there's a lot of people who come in with that entitlement and they're real nasty to cast members, which you shouldn't be. Like, I am not nasty despite what people claim. Idiots make stories. Yeah. Or he yelled at people. You don't understand what's going on. You shouldn't talk. The thing is, like, people do come in and you should not just be automatically mean to any person in your life. I do not go into any situations like that. Do I get mean after a cast member does something that I probably deem idiotic? Maybe. Like maybe they give the person in front of me a bag for their Orange Bird sippers, and then maybe I'm literally 3 seconds behind him and ask for a bag, and they say we don't have bags, as I watch them take the bags out of a box.
Yeah.
I mean,
but at the same
come
time,
on.
they have not seen these Orange Bird sippers till like 2 minutes ago, and they have no idea what's going on.
But they also just gave someone a bag. But that's beyond the point. The point is that they are not paid enough to care. They're not paid enough to care. They're not paid enough to think critically. They're treated like garbage by management, and there's horrible politics within that company, and all of that makes for a toxic work environment that creates the mindset and the level of care that there is now at Walt Disney World and Disneyland for the same matter.
David, you were trying to say something earlier. What were you trying to say?
Well, I actually want to go back to what Nick had asked earlier around whether it's gotten worse or it's just the perception that it's gotten worse. And I think there's a very clear correlation between the amount of training that they give to new cast members and the amount of indoctrination into the Disney way. As we've seen that reduce over the years, we've seen the level of service also reduce correspondingly.
Yep,
so,
absolutely.
To what everybody's been saying, the level of training has gone down. Clearly, you can blame this on Disney. They've also stopped training managers how to coach people.
Yeah.
You know, how to teach people how to be reasonable in situations, how to remain on, even if you're dealing with a very difficult situation. And there's no doubt that cast members deal with difficult people constantly.
Yeah.
But even though they have to remember that they are on stage and that the show is going on, and they have to stay within that. No matter what type of bad day they're having, the next guest that comes along could be the one that needs them to be in character on show. So it's a difficult thing to get across. Yeah.
This is exactly a difference, a huge difference between United States parks and the Tokyo Disneyland Resort, because there is much better training at Tokyo Disneyland. It's the training that Florida used to give in the 1980s.
Well, let's be clear. Bill Sullivan, Disney legend, is the one who went over there and taught them how to run a theme park. And Bill Sullivan is the man who created most of the training manuals we use at Walt Disney World. So people say it's a cultural difference. It really shouldn't be, because the odds are Disney is known for service because Disney service was always better than everybody else. Even if culture was different in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, Disney service was still deemed better than anywhere else. Despite what cultural trends have changed and how people are different, the level of service is supposed to remain the same because of what Disney is and how it trains its people to be.
I talked to Solly for Dreamfinders, shameless plug.
Oh yeah, you just released this one, didn't you?
No, this one's I was just talking about it. It's coming up in a couple months because I'm editing it right now.
Okay.
But Solly made this very interesting point when I was talking to him about we talked about it, and he said, yeah, I went over there, and why they are so good as they followed what we told them to the letter.
Yeah.
They didn't try to change it. They didn't try to change it to like their culture or anything like that. They
didn't try to cheap out.
Right. They did exactly what we told them to do, and they did it well. And the thing is while here in Florida, and probably California, you could add, things are evolving and shifting, that has not changed for them. They have towed the line.
They
the way
are
they've
a
been taught.
rule-oriented culture.
Yes.
You do not deviate
Tradition
from the rules.
is so much more important to them.
Yeah.
And this is the tradition, which ipso facto is the tradition that was set up by Walt.
But tradition is also like what the Walt Disney Company teaches. So the fact where their training is called tradition.
They treat what they teach is nostalgia. They don't teach.
But that's the problem.
Yeah, that's my yeah.
The other
I
thing
am
also
more forgiving of cast members not knowing the history of the company if they at least know the values of the company.
Yeah.
But keep in mind too,
important.
Your numbers business-wise are going in opposite directions as well, where we're paying cast members less than what the average living wage in the country is right now.
Yeah, no,
and also guests are paying more than they've ever spent going into the parks per day. So now guests have a higher standard where
a premium
they're paying
10%
10% of their yearly income to come to Disney, and they're paying the cast members less than the normal living wage, so they don't care as much because they lose their job. They can get another job paying the same amount up the road, if not more.
Right.
So
and
I
that's
mean, there's
really an untenable situation.
Yeah.
That can't continue that way
Yeah.
because eventually either cast members are going to stop wanting to work there or guests are going to stop coming because they're paying for a premium experience that they're not getting. And I think that situation is going to come to a head probably sooner rather than later at the rate that prices are going up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people will bring up this rate thing they're doing where what it's going to go to 15. They're going to go to. I mean, that's the minimum
13,
wage.
14, 15 over the next 3 years.
Nationwide, though, that's going to be the minimum wage. So they're still paying them minimum wage no matter what.
Yeah.
So what grand thing? What wonderful thing are they doing for people? The only thing I've seen them do where I was like, wow, I'm kind of surprised, is the thing where they're paying for them to go to school, which I think is a wonderful program. But other than that, I mean, they don't care. They have found the college program and the international program, which is, I don't want to be mean,
amazing for them.
Legal slave labor.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
It absolutely is. They put 10 of them in an apartment. They pay them nothing. They've like locked them into property where they then pretty much have to spend that paycheck on property anyway. They're like trapped here. It's absolutely.
You've never pledged a fraternity?
It's a nasty situation.
Yeah, but
it's not great.
Fraternities
Hold
are
on.
gross too.
As somebody who did college program and went through traditions,
Preach.
God, as I'm saying this, I just have come to realize that it was almost 10 years ago, and that just made me feel really old.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Just kidding.
Made me forget what I was going to say.
Sorry. Go ahead, old lady.
A little bit, I will say. I will. Okay. So.
Let me guess. You're losing your thoughts. Put yourself together.
I am.
Alicia's not going to agree to be on this show anymore if Pete is on.
Pete.
Sorry, no, I love Ashley. Go ahead.
Wait, what? Okay. Anyway, there is some truth to what Tom is saying as far as the slave labor issue. It is and it isn't. And maybe as a former cast member, I have this philosophy. If you went into it, and this is probably true of any cast member, because I met people who went into it, all sunshines and rainbows is Disney. We're just going to hang out and ride rides all day. We're going to work for a couple hours, and then it's going to be fun. It's still a job. And the reality is it's a job where you're going to be held to a higher standard. If that's not something that you can handle, then maybe you should choose a different company to work for.
I think we also need.
Go
ahead. Finish.
I get that people like Disney, and don't get me wrong, they were not a great company to work for all the time. But at least traditions, and now granted, this is the caveat of 10 years ago, and I definitely think training has gone downhill even since then, because it does frustrate me when cast members say, well, I don't know, because that was the one thing we were told you don't say. You don't say, I don't know. I mean, even working housekeeping at Contemporary, I was supposed to know everything about everything. And if I didn't know, you don't say, I don't know. It was, I'm not really sure. Let me find out for you. And you take them to somebody who can find out for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that just doesn't happen anymore. It's like, well, I don't know. Go ask, they don't care. And that's frustrating. But at the same token, I think it is a little bit of everything. There's lack of training. They're not treating them well. But at the same time, you still have all these standards for, service. And then when they pitch it to them, people aren't going in with a realistic expectation. They think they're going to go work for a fun company. And at the end of the day, it's still a company. Yeah. You still have to work. And it's a high-stress company.
Yeah. I think we're also...
I also want to say...
Sorry.
Go ahead. You want to
okay.
respond?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I think it's something we've not talked about, too, is really the impact of the internet. We've mentioned it a little bit, but it's sort of twofold, right? So, for one, people are walking around on their phones in line all the time, and they're not paying attention. So that makes it a lot harder for them to do what they need to do as cast members. And two, it is far easier for people to complain online about a cast member that maybe was a little rude. I'm not excusing the cast members' actions, but the light is shined on cast members in a way that certainly wasn't in 1955. Yeah. And because of that, I think that we also have this perception of like a ruder sort of cast member, and I'm not 100% sure. I think it's the culture has evolved and changed, and it's probably not always for the best. But I also think that we have a more negative light than maybe we're giving credence to, because I think there were certainly rude cast members back in the day, and maybe they got fired faster, but we didn't hear about them. It wasn't like, on the news, cast members
Yeah,
today.
but I go based on like personal experiences,
Of course.
and I feel like for the longest time, even like early 2000s, when no one was coming, I don't remember having bad cast members. I don't remember people not knowing how to load boats at rides and like things like that. I don't remember the situation I've now seen. This has happened at least twice in the last couple months, where I have seen someone ask a custodial cast member in a park, where's the nearest restroom? And they were standing probably 40 feet from the restroom, and they just kind of looked around and went, and I'm not even joking, I would let 30 seconds go by before I was finally like, I'm going to help this person, and jump in. I'm like, it's like, right, see the sign, right? It's right there.
You know why that
I've jumped
probably
in too.
is?
So I was-
Is they're probably being deployed, and this goes back to training and scheduling, they're probably being deployed to places that they don't usually work.
Yep.
But how are you
And they
supposed to
don't know.
effectively clean a park where you don't know where the park goes? You don't know where the
No, but
trash
also,
cans are!
So
Maybe
I
that
will
explains all
defend
the
your
toilet
point.
paper in the restroom. They can't find it.
I, as college
I will defend your point
programs,
and oppose it at the same time.
reports that I knew nothing about and got told 2 days before it was happening, hey, guess what? We need people to fill in at Port Orleans. Guess where you get to go for 2 weeks? Port Orleans. Have fun. I knew nothing about anything.
No one like
As far
walked
as-
you around like when you got there and was like, here's what you gotta do?
No, I had to
that's-
figure out the
that's
first
very
day.
bad.
That's
Where
a
to
management
go.
problem.
That's where it's wrong, but they're
At the bus and just go and figure out how to get my costumes, and it was peace be with you. And I got paired with somebody my first day, and that was it.
Well, hey, at least you got
But to be
paired
honest,
with
though,
somebody.
imagine you were transparent. Like again, if I'm a guest and I ask you where the bathroom is that your first day in your new hotel or new resort, and you said, to be honest, my first day working in this place, I have no idea either. But let's find that place for you. Now it becomes fun, and you walk me to help me try to find it, and I'm okay with that. There's that transparency. Now, granted, I'm going to say,
all right, but here's the real problem.
but I have 2 points. I have
I don't
two
know,
points.
or you say I'm
I
not
don't know
really
what anyone's
sure.
saying because everyone's talking over each other.
Well, he
Ashley,
did
make
it to
your
me.
point.
But I did it
Ashley,
to him.
make your point. Ashley, go ahead.
Pete is right. You don't. Again, it goes back to, you don't say I don't know, or if you don't know, you admit you don't know. But I'm gonna find somebody who can help you. It's not just I don't know.
Yeah.
Or and you just guess. I think that makes me more upset even than I don't know, is when they guess and tell you something completely wrong.
That's wrong.
You know that they're lying, and they're trying to convince you that it's true because they want you to go away.
Go ahead, Pete.
No, I was going to say just 2 things on what you guys both just said. Is one, well, to that story is I agree. You shouldn't guess. I remember I was walking up to scan my Magic Band for a Fast Pass to Splash Mountain, and the person behind me asked the person, the cast member there, hey, we can't find Slinky Dog. Do you know where Toy Story Land is? And that cast member at Magic Kingdom at Splash Mountain said, and kind of did a scan of the park.
Shut
and then said, I'm not too sure, but I'll get back to you. Not even knowing Toy Story Land wasn't in the Magic Kingdom. Which, and again, keep in mind, this is my team tonight. I'm on Team Cast Member.
No,
So-
you've been
So
very
there is
fair.
there is
You've been
some
very fair.
There is the again, people get thrown in situations. I prefer transparency with cast members. Tell me if you don't know, or have some fun with it. The other thing I was going to say is just to Tom's point, and you said you go off personal experience, is that you are in the parks more than most 94 to 98% of people in the world.
Not anymore.
So you get you get a much larger sample size. So when I'm there on my short 1 week trips, I might only see like one cast member maybe do something that annoys me here or there. And also, I'm still, and I think most tourists or most people who are there not as often are still drawn to the sounds and the sights. And now you've kind of gotten used to that, where you're picking up on those little things in cast members that a lot of us may not pick up on. To be fair, However, is there a room for improvement? 100%, and it comes back down to training, which is what I was going to say the entire time.
I don't think it's
And
that, 'cause
also-
I think in the short time I spent at all the other Disney resorts, I think in a couple of days you get the feel and you know what's going on. I think there is a different vibe at all of them. They all have different problems, and our big problem, I think, is the size. And I think because of the size, we just throw people into scheduling wherever, and no one knows what the hell they're doing. I think that's our problem. I think that is, for the most part, exclusive to here. California, that's not a problem. California, you have bad cast members. It's never because they don't know what's going on. They all know what's going on.
Yeah. There's a heck of a
The
lot
other-
around here.
Yeah.
The other thing that I want to say that's very similar to what Tom just said with the other resorts, and this goes straight to the culture argument, is that the Disney Cruise Line charges a premium price and provides a premium product, but provides much better service from the cast members than the parks do.
Yeah.
So that's the same arm of the company with different training and a different pay grade can provide the service just like the parks used to do 20 years ago.
Do you know why? There's
Yeah, well,
several
I mean,
reasons. They don't
almost-
mess with them because they continue to make consistent money. They never mess around with them. They never cut their budgets. The people who work on a ship for a certain period of time, so they know that ship forward, backwards. And the problem is, again, comes back to Florida, where we're just throwing people wherever, and the people just picking up shifts at things they don't understand. And
the people on the ships, the people on the cruise line also work for tips.
Yeah, there you
where
go. It's a different
their
economic
service
model.
is
Yeah.
dependent on, or their service it provides higher tips if the service is better. Now, not all of them do.
yeah, I was
but
gonna say, you don't tip the guy
in-
on the aqueduct before you go down the slide.
You don't. But the other thing too is that
You guys don't do that?
The cast members, the cast members on the cruise ships come from a lot of different parts of the world. They're on a fixed contract for a fixed length of time, and they realize they need to do a good job and make money because they're going to be out of that job at a certain time, and they could certainly renew their contract, but they don't always renew their contracts. So it's definitely easier for Disney to keep people on the ships that are good, and not like at the parks where they need so many people that they're really scraping at the bottom of the barrel to hire enough cast members to just provide the baseline services.
Yeah. All right, we're running out of time, so quickly I want to go around. Anyone, and no counterpoints on these. Anyone has remaining pet peeves that have not been mentioned? Nick and Cameron, you've been quiet.
Just been focusing on these camera angles. I'm trying to get the best ones.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
Just going back to what's already been said, the whole if you don't know the answer, don't admit that you don't know it. As
You
someone
have a
who's-
lot of these recently.
As someone who spends a lot of hours in the parks, if I got significantly less I don't knows, my park experiences would be significantly better. None of the cast members know seemingly anything at this point, whether it be questions about a new experience that just came out, happened, directions, anything.
Cupcakes.
you
No
name
one
it.
ever knows what's in a cupcake.
People don't know. And it's just a big old uninformed mess.
You work at a restaurant and you don't know what's in your cupcakes.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to know what's in those cupcakes?
Yes,
Like,
I have to
truly?
write about them. People want to know.
Ignorance is bliss, Tom.
Nick.
Yeah, I feel like at one point I felt like the cast member treated me like it might be my first time on this ride or at this attraction or at this park or at Walt Disney World. And I guess I don't feel that anymore. So that might point to training. That might just point to an attitude of the workforce these days. I don't know. The other thing is that, and this isn't, I know this isn't where we're going with this necessarily, but I will just say, if you've ever been to Busch Gardens, Universal, or SeaWorld in the past few years, I have had absolutely atrocious cast member interactions on a hourly basis at the park. I mean, everyone that I come in contact with is just like, it's like they're working at a fast food restaurant and they throw their food in front, the food in front of me. They don't care at all. So the culture is still different at Disney World.
It's still better, yeah.
It's still different, and there's still something that they're doing in the training that is different than these other theme parks.
It's just not as good as it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Although I think Universal's catching up, though. I mean, the gap is closing.
They've gotten better for sure.
Nick didn't say Universal.
I did. I said
right?
Universal.
He said Busch.
He did.
No,
Oh,
I said
okay.
Yeah. No, I
So I
still had
just
very
to
bad.
give them fair defense, but
Yeah.
I think the two pet peeves I really have. Number one are cast members forgetting they're on stage and making it into social time with other cast members or with their friend cast members who aren't in costume that are just in the parks. Number two is just inconsistencies. I mean, when the kids were at the height levels that were kind of in between, we would go to the front check and they would say, all right, my son, he's fine to go on mission space. We get all the way in and then the cast member there says, no, he's not. So, if we'd just been told no up front, that's a lot easier to take than to go all the way through the queue and then be rejected. So just small things like that. I mean, that's going to happen, but that's irritating.
Yeah, no, the socializing one is my big one, and I've noticed that is a bigger problem. California, it's real bad too. It's even worse in California. But I've noticed the last 2 years I've been in the parks full time for more than 2 years now, and so it's a very recent thing that this just everybody just talking about work on the clock in front of guests, and we didn't do that when I worked at Toys R Us. We yelled at for doing that. Never mind at Disney World. I don't know what happened where that's suddenly okay. I don't get it.
It's management not telling them not to do it.
Yeah.
It's truly management.
Management sometimes is talking with them.
That's my biggest pet peeve. Yeah, I was an animal.
Well, I
control
mean,
the other
in
day,
a
that
lot of
happened.
cases, the first line of management is really not much more than cast members with a couple months of experience.
A slight pay increase.
Right? And and 25 cents more an hour.
Coordinators.
They're not
I
really
was gonna say,
management like we
I
want
make
to
a
think
quarter
of them
more.
as
I'm in
management.
charge here.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's
No,
more
but
like they've been around
15
for a
minutes,
bit.
you're all going to switch places.
That's a little too deep.
Yes.
I'm the manager.
But that's really true in any job you go to.
Oh, it's absolutely
Especially if you're new, and with the turnover at Disney, with all the new kids coming in every 6 months and whatnot, is that you look to the person who's your supervisor, and if you see them on their phone or not, BSing with somebody else, you're going to think, oh, that's okay. Yeah. And that's going to be in you until someone tells you it's not, and then you're going to go, well, that's the way it's been for the year.
Yeah. The problem is they don't pay the supervisors enough not to do that.
They don't pay anyone.
Just like they don't pay the cast members enough not to do
By
that.
the way, if we can go back to Tokyo for a moment, if we may. Yes.
We always go back to Tokyo.
There's a reason. There's a great reason for that, though. Do you want to know what they pay their front line, bottom of the food chain cast members? You know what they get if you convert it? $18
Just one
an
origato.
hour. $18 an hour in U.S. dollars. That is way more than any frontline cast member at the bottom of the food chain is making at any Disney-owned theme park in the world. And if you want to see cast members really not care, go to Shanghai. Nobody cares.
All right.
Everyone's looking at their phone. Nobody cares about anything that's going on in Shanghai.
Oh, geez.
For the 90% of the audience who haven't been overseas, here's the deal: is that I think that every cast member. I mean, this really comes down to. So this is, if you're asking for my pet peeves, and again, I'm team cast member, but I'm just saying, is that I think they all how everyone says, I wish everyone should have to wait tables at least once in their life, and it's because it's about a courtesy and about if you don't know the answer, it's let me go find that out for you. You're working for a tip the whole time, so you're always extremely courteous. And I think that's what I love most in most of the cast members, is that they are like that. They have a smile on their face. It's almost as if I want to tip them when I walk away. There is that, and again, we disagree on this percentage, but 10% of front of the house cast members that miss that train, that they're not there. They hold on, or I don't know, or they're maybe a little
10%.
rude.
Tom, there's a good question in the chat for clarification.
What's the chat?
Is that $18 for full-time workers or part-time workers?
Both.
So there you go.
it's both. That is their lowest
wow.
wage. Yeah.
I think also there's a lot fewer.
Yeah, but keep in mind,
They don't have
the
a lot
cost
of
of living in
part-time.
Tokyo is $17 million a year.
Okay, and what's it in Anaheim?
The cost of living.
Yeah.
You ever try to buy a
geez.
studio in Anaheim? Do you know how much a studio in Anaheim is? $1,500 a month for a studio. It's not even a
That's
bedroom.
cheap in
It's
New
a
York.
room. It's this room. $1,500. Those people are making $8 an hour. You think they're living comfortably in Anaheim? They're not.
They're getting a full studio that's in a studio. That's amazing.
Oh God.
Defend this company. This company makes so much money. And the fact that we defend the pay they give, the service they give, or any of these declining things, the maintenance, all these things, is disgusting.
But what's
I love this thing.
I don't think
and
I don't think anyone is saying that they deserve the pay that they get.
I don't
Everyone
think we
thinks they
should
should
watch
make more
this
money.
company destroy
And
itself.
if we upped the money that they would make, then you can do a little more QA/QC with your staff. Like, hey, you were rude. You're getting complaints, or hey, we just saw you on your cell phone. Get out of here.
Or if
now we
everybody
can't
didn't
afford to do
leave
that. It's
in
like
6 months.
Yeah.
That's the other
Yeah.
problem.
And it's, it's retaining
We can't ignore that there's a history of Walt Disney, the company, having issues with labor. It is ingrained in the earliest days of Disney. And I mean, if there's one thing Walt didn't like, it was a whistleblower. And that's very clear. And so as much as we want to say there's an ingrained desire for cast members who know what's up and that are in it, there's also an ingrained desire in the company to not pay people what they're worth.
Yeah, but he may have at least raised the wage a little bit at some point.
Well, and that may be true, but the difference too is that 20 years ago, new cast members would go through 3 days of traditions training.
Agreed.
Now they're lucky if they get 3 hours of training. So it's not even the pay; it's the effort that the company makes to train them.
Yeah.
Hey, no tattoos, no cursing, and be nice to people. Now get
No,
out there and make
facial
some
hair.
magic.
Facial hair is okay. Any final pet peeves, because we are out of time. Anyone have any they didn't get to read?
Well, mine's not necessarily pet peeve, but I think to kind of surmise what all we've said, I think it really does. It's clear. It's management and training, and I won't name names, but especially middle management. I think they're in a rock and a hard place. They want to help the cast members. They care, but upper management sucks. And that's, they're not paying people right. They're not training people right. They're not doing scheduling right.
There's
for
too much
instance, I had a
middle
friend of
management
mine.
to begin with is a most
Well,
of the problem.
and that's true. But,
Well, I
and
think
I think
it's
some of
too
them
much-
genuinely care because a lot of them have worked their way up, and now they've kind of hit that plateau. If they can't go any higher, they're being treated like management, but not really. And I think, for instance, I had a friend of mine who didn't find out crucial information about his job until we ran a story about it.
Yeah, that sounds about
His upper management knew, had known for weeks.
Yeah.
Didn't tell him so that he could filter it down to his cast members, and he found out because we ran a story.
If you
That's
want to know about the
terrible.
rise, if you want to know about the rise of WDWNT to power, it is miscommunication within the Walt Disney company.
And
Hi,
I mean,
Bob.
it's sad, and I think it filters. I think it does. It filters all down from him. He doesn't care. He doesn't. He
It
makes it
started
clear that he
before
doesn't
him.
respect.
As much as I love to throw that beautiful bald man under a bus, it started way before him. I'm not going to say this
No,
is
but I think-
particularly a him problem, but
I think that culture of not caring has empowered him, and I think it has trickled down from that. They don't respect the tradition. Again, the traditions of the company.
I don't know if
They
that's
don't.
the
They don't
case.
respect
I don't know if
it
that's the
anymore.
case.
I don't
All
think they do, and I think it's little by little going down more.
well, either way, we are completely out of time. We can always talk about this more for those of you who are Wigs members on the Wigs post show. It's coming up next.
Yay!
But it's time to end this show, Nick. And remember, kids, you can design and create and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it takes people to make the dream a reality. Good night.
Uh-oh.
Bum, 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 bum.